So, oh boy, last time we played, the start of the next cycle, the main thing was the working class. Eventually there was El Presidente got a notice from Sky Henderson on behalf of the hospital staff saying, like, we're having more and more patients check in due to these symptoms of feeling very weakened and bedridden and just, you know, like exhausted and jittery. We don't know what it is. And we need additional funding. We need somebody to investigate the matter. So the party naturally got involved in that, determined that these were symptoms of a man-made drug, not anything like native to the planet, but it is not something that exists in the sort of medical cabinet of the colony, so to speak. So something foreign has been introduced to the colony, and in the party's search, it was Conrad who figured out through Garvey that um, there is a dealer who has been making sort of backroom sales to colonists in the bar, and the party. I mean, like Garvey basically made a deal with Conrad to set up a sting operation to catch the guy, whose name is Dave Andrews. And long story short, that has led to a combat encounter where not only has Dave made a run for it after he was attacked by Richard, but a bunch of thugs, presumably there to bail Dave out, uh, came around back and started attacking the cops that were waiting in the back. So we finished the first round of combat, and we are now at round two. So at the start of the round, so Dave is going to get up from being prone, um, and is going to move to the door, and that's his turn. I mean, he's not opening the door and getting out of the room, but
He's at the door.
yeah, he's at the door. His hand's on the door handle.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
gonna end poorly.
so that was his turn. So now it's conveniently enough Richard's turn.
Yeah, like I said, this is gonna end poorly.
Yeah, for him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh god damn.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, that if
I
those
think
weren't
he's getting
lethal.
all of the crits.
Yeah, no.
God, he's so dead.
Those are
So
non-lethal rounds.
I know. They still do crits. Okay, so let's
So
are you
hurt like hell.
are
Jesus.
you putting that all on damage, or are you
I'm putting it all on damage to knock him out.
okay, well he's probably gonna get all the crits, as Conrad said. So let's see, so I just need to open up the hold on, description kip. So alright, so for the first
There are
one
three of them.
yeah, he takes 2 damage for the first. And he was at 1 HP, so he's incapacitated. So Richard, roll me a D3. So hold on. 3 is or
That's
3
the
is.
worst one.
Oh, well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I don't know what exactly it is. So I mean, it's 33 on the fucking thing. I just need to find the crit table.
If you, I don't know if the character sheet allows it, but if you just
Oh,
right
that's
click
right.
and
You can. Yeah, you can actually do that. I forgot about that.
yeah, you can manually input it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. So he takes 33, which is broken ribs. Oh God. And so you, with the 1 leftover damage and then the 2 from the second hit, you crit him again. So roll another D3. Okay, 2 is 24. Oh God! Ow!
What was it?
Oh, hold on. I didn't realize they were private.
Oh damn.
Oh god.
Okay, and then you crit him again, so roll another D3.
Hey, Blitz.
And so you further damage his ribs.
No, that's the teeth one again, it seems?
No, he got
So
a
he's
he got
losing
a
all of
3.
his... Oh, 3 other ribs! Oh,
So,
damn.
yeah, so he hit him in the ribs again.
He's gonna have all of the ribs broken. Oh, damn.
Okay, so let's see. So, and I'll just say roll one more d3. A 2, so you fucking knock out more of his teeth.
He's become toothless and ribless.
So, yeah, and then for the I guess like quasi stunt of showing off, do you want him to like fall out of the room, like fall through the doors?
Yes.
Okay, so you blast him, you're like slam firing your shotgun, and then he's like riddled with bullets. He falls over backwards and lands outside. And
I
he
just
is also stunned, so I gotta see if he.
all I imagine is him sitting there with like the taser stuck to him, and I'm just holding down the trigger.
Okay, let's see. -2. Does he succeed? Shockingly, he does. But
It's all that
not.
adrenaline from the pain.
Yeah. Well, he's like, ah! And he's like falls on the ground. He's like shaking. So he just falls outside, and there's like a very momentary like truce while we gawk between the thugs and the cops. They just see this fucking nerdy looking like IT guy fucking fall out of the room, convulsing on the ground, bleeding, like bloodied mouth, fucking broken ribs, and just like what the fuck. And then so that was your slow action. You want to do anything with your fast action?
Since I didn't conserve ammo, do I have to roll something for?
Well, actually, you technically didn't use all your stunts, so you can.
Okay, then
If you want,
yeah,
I'm willing to say, like, yeah, I
yeah,
mean, you just completely just overkilled the guy. I'm
yeah.
willing to
I'll
grant you that because
just
it was a good roll.
yeah. I'll just I will be like, who's next? I'll just say that and it just be done.
All right. So well that happened then, but yeah, for your fast action, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just say who's next as I like load more rounds into it.
I mean, do you want to go into the adjacent zone so you can shoot those people?
Sure, might as well. Just walk out throwing more shells in there, but like, all right.
Okay. So that was Richard's unbelievably good turn. Next is El Presidente. So yeah, you
Oh,
just
boy.
watch as Richard like the wing, like the shotgun like slam firing. Which I actually have that sound on my soundboard, so no need for onomatopoeia. I have like he's just firing
Oh,
that
nice.
constantly. He's just hitting this fucking poor nerd with the baton rounds. So what do you want to do? So you are you and Simone are both upright with your pistols in hand.
So what's the zone situation like outside?
Outside would be long range.
Okay, so if I were to say do something presidentially heroic and like just jump through the window, maybe attempt to do like a super badass roll, and then take some pot shots like down in that direction.
Well, hold on, then I'm gonna have to define what the zones are. So let's see.
Excuse me.
Polyline. Yeah, I would say, let's see. So I'll just extend that line basically, and then maybe this is like that. So if you were going to go to like dive out the window, so you would still technically be in this kind of zone, and then you would move here, and then that would be within medium range.
I could still fire a shot in that turn.
No, because the thing is, you're moving from this to like through the window to this zone. Because imagine like the windows and the wall kind of divide that as like a natural divider, and then you would be moving here, so that's both of your move actions.
Okay.
Like either way, well actually, yeah, no, I mean either way you would have to double move in order to be in range to shoot somebody. Assuming your pistol's
All
range
right,
is
gotcha.
medium.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Because you can go,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
oh my
just
god.
jump straight through the window, and I don't even know if I need to roll for that, but I think it would be funny.
Yeah, you know, do a mobility roll to see if you do have like a Paul Blart moment where you, oh my god.
Maybe if he just fails, maybe he gets a shard in
Do
his
you
leg or
want to? Do you
something.
want to
But he can
push?
do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that for shits and gigs.
Just sitting here watching you just dive through a fucking window. Just
So wait, he doesn't?
oh
Okay.
He just
god.
face plants into a window?
Yeah, the glass is thicker than he expects, so he just boom, bumps
It's like
against.
Oh my
plexiglass or some
god.
shit. I just bounce right off.
Probably like just the safety glass that's unbreakable. So
Oh shit.
Assaulted
I-
by a window.
So that failed. I mean, I
Shooting
would.
the window.
Okay, so yeah, you fire your pistol at the window, and I'll say enough shots at it, like you can use that to kind of break through the window. But to get to here, that's going to be your turn.
Works for me.
Okay. Conrad, you're up. So you just watch
Conrad?
fucking
Yeah.
Richard just fucking send Dave Andrews flying through the door and outside.
Conrad internally just thinking, nice, he's more capable than I thought. But at the same time, hearing at the back somebody hitting a window and then shooting at it, he just, oh no. I don't
You
even
hear a
have to
loud
turn to
like
know
honk,
who it is.
Yeah,
then
you
a
hear
thump.
the Magnum sounds, and that's a telltale thing that's El Presidente.
God fucking damn
There's
it.
a thump and then like Magnum sounds.
That window
So,
tried to assassinate me.
Presidente is going to be taking out all the windows in retaliation, yeah. But yeah, Conrad, I remember he still has the drugs in his hand. He has it primed like
Oh
a
god.
knife. But okay, he's a little bit out of range there. So, if I get out, would I be in range to stab anybody with it?
Technically yes, because so if you move out this door, so Dustin was up against this door, and there's somebody adjacent to him because this person just fucking stabbed him. So like technically, if you
Oh,
move up to where Dustin is, like right, you know, like you just take a sharp right, then you're technically in gauge range with not only Dustin but also this thug.
nice. Conrad is gonna do that. So going out, he's gonna see Dustin being in a close combat situation with this fella, and he's gonna decide to help him. And he just screams at these bastards. Um, Here's a little taste of your own medicine, fellas.
Oh god.
Stabby stab.
Okay, so I'd say close combat.
Yep.
Okay, so you do stab him. Do you want to push that?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Okay, let's say extra successes can do extra damage. Okay, so you
fuck it.
roll 2d6.
Yep. I have the minus resolve already in a macro.
Oh, okay.
So that's a total
4,
of 4 plus my 1 stress would be a result of 5, whatever
which
that
is
is.
loud noise, which is stress level +1 for you and Richard.
Lovely. I'm basically just screaming at him. Ah! And stabbing him with a
Okay,
thing.
you do hit him though, so he'll take a point of damage as he's like violently stabbed with a syringe.
Oh my god.
So okay, well that was unexpected. And we will potentially deal with the consequences with that in just a sec. So Dustin, meanwhile, is going to block, or we'll save an action to block, and he is going to zap this guy with a stun baton. So let's see. So stun baton, he's just gonna roll it. Oh shit. That was a good roll. So that is 1, 2,
Oh, nice.
3 damage on this guy, which the guy will spend an action to block. So I need to roll his close combat. Where is his close combat? Here it is. So he blocks 1 of that, but 2 gets through, so that's enough to incapacitate him. So I'm gonna, I guess, just roll a crit because technically the stun baton doesn't do like baton rounds. So I'm just gonna roll his crit and see what it is. Okay, so he zaps him. Oops, he zaps him in the thigh, and the guy's down on the
Nice.
ground. I'll essentially mark him as well. I'll just say strained. Okay. Good thing he did that because it would have been that guy's turn next. All right, Albert, you're up.
Let's see. So these guys, we still have some enemies up, right?
Yes,
So
there's this guy with a
I-
knife and this one with a pistol, but they're both out of your line of sight.
yeah, I was about to ask that. Okay, so I'll move into this zone here. Am I now able to shoot them?
You would have a line of sight on this guy with a gun. So yes, you can
Okay.
shoot this one.
Okay, I will go full auto on that dude there.
Don't miss. There's a lot of friendlies nearby.
Well, he's not engaged, right?
Yeah,
So I don't risk hitting anyone, I don't think.
correct.
Oh yeah.
Okay, give me a sec. And I'll push that.
All right. Okay, so that's 2 successes. All damage.
I'll just do all damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he takes it all because he doesn't have any armor. All right, and you moved and fired, so that's your turn. This guy in melee is going to stab Richard. So
No.
let's see. He is just gonna do knife. And I'll for the sake of it, I mean, for pushing once in a while, I'll have him push, and he potentially panic. Well, he doesn't, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have armor, right?
Yeah.
So roll your armor. Okay, so you would take all 5.
Ooh.
So this is where things get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll a crit.
What is it? 2D.
Well, you can.
6?
I mean, you can just click roll crit from your sheet.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
There's
was,
a
okay,
roll
yeah.
roll crit button.
There it is.
Apologies in advance. I didn't expect him to do that much damage. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Surprise!
yeah. So
Oh.
Holy
So this-
shit!
so this guy basically slashes at you, and like he hits you in like the stomach, and then you see like then I mean, well, Conrad at least, and probably Albert would see like the fucking tube, not an intestine, but like a tube gets severed from his body and starts like spewing white
Oil.
like white lubrication fluid like a fucking garden hose.
They got his balls.
God damn.
So you would actually, I think there's a ruling that you get a point of stress if somebody is revealed to be an android.
Yes. If it's a secret android, all
Yes.
of us who didn't know get stress.
Yep. So Albert and
Lovely.
Conrad, yeah, you take a point of stress from seeing this.
You're like, wait, what?
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
I was expecting it to happen so soon. Again, I'm sorry for kind of blowing it. I wasn't expecting him to get such a good roll, but
Well, also, I was like, do I want to go forward and possibly get stabbed and not have a dodge? Or I'm like, yeah, might as well. They'll find out eventually.
yeah, I mean, and to be fair, the only reason I pushed is because for some reason I thought you had more health. So
I don't have more yet. I would have 2 more if I had.
Oh, if you
had
tough. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
well, shit. All right.
it's fine.
Well, so there's that little reveal. So there then. That guy will say that's his turn, and you know, Sheila over here will probably also does something like, "Whoa, wait, what the fuck?" and just like to see this. And this, even the guy who stabbed you is pretty shocked too. He's like, "Oh, what?" It looks at this knife that has like white stuff on. It's like, "What?" But Sheila, she takes advantage of that and is going to take a pot shot at, actually, no, she'll try to finish off the guy that Albert was shooting at. So she will aim and she will fire her storm rifle. And just to even things out, she will push that. And I know I had the thug selected. That was Sheila's roll, so I'll push that for fairness. Okay, so she hits him, and then I need to roll /R2d6. Oh fuck. Let's see. So 5 and 5, so that's 10, and her resolve. So 3 plus 4. I think it's 3 plus 4 rounded down or rounded up. Let me just double check.
It's rounded up.
Rounded up. Yep. So that would be a resolve of 4 minus. So it's 11 minus 4, which is 7.
Yep.
And I'll say, yeah, so she'll lose that. She loses an item. I mean, she doesn't lose her gun because she's fucking holding it, but yeah, so she lights this guy up and is going, that's more than enough to break him, and I'm going to roll his crit. Jesus, she shot off his leg.
Oh damn! Well,
Oh
with a
my
rifle.
god.
And I'll just say he's dead.
Yeah,
well,
that's fair.
well, actually, Albert, I mean, do you want to keep him alive, or are you fine with him just dying? Magus?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Oop, sorry, what do you need me to do?
I was asking, like, so Sheila critted this guy pretty, it is a fatal critical injury. My question to you is, because you were also shooting to kill, do you want to just say that he's just dead, or do you want to take him in alive?
He was shooting a gun, right? So I would have no problem with killing him.
All right, so he's dead. Okay. So there's that. So it would have been his turn next, but he's dead. Simone. So you watched Albert just hold on. I have a perfect clip for this. So I want you to, before you act, just watch this right quick, and this is pretty much what you see from Albert. Well, after a stupid ad. But yeah, long story short, there's like it's Tyler time and just runs into a fucking solid surface. Yeah, right? That's pretty much what you just saw on Presidente too.
Yeah, I'd say Simone is. I'm laughing my ass off watching you bounce off the safety glass. Just no offense, El Presidente, but
I like to see you try and go through a window.
Well, now that the window's open.
A different one.
Yeah. Okay. I have the fast reflexes talent. Was that taken into
That
account
was.
last session? Okay. I just want to double check. Yeah, I think I'll just spend my full turn just getting up to these doors.
Okay.
Just.
All right. Okay, so we are now at round 3. Dave is still in crippling pain. Richard is an incapacitated android.
No,
Alfred-
I'm not.
Yeah, androids can. They're not broken in the same way.
Oh,
It's
they're
just
not?
the
Oh,
consequence.
so he
Yeah,
so he
they
can still act. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry about that.
I can still act. I just don't have a
Oh,
fast action
okay.
anymore.
Well, no, well,
Our
you
slow
lose your next.
action.
Yeah, your next slow action, but after this turn.
Yeah, so I'm just standing there getting ready to defend myself. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, so you're just gonna save an action to block.
Yeah.
Okay. El Presidente.
Yes.
It is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna move over here, and
Here's this guy, last man standing.
seeing that there's just a pile of people on the ground, and there's fighting, and everyone's cut open, and there's white stuff all over everyone. I'm gonna kind of look at it like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I'm just gonna shoot this guy anyway.
All right.
I don't even want to know what they were doing over here. I leave them alone for 5 minutes.
And we make a mess of things.
It's gonna let me. There we go.
That's an understatement.
Wow, that was an impressive. Oh, it rolled twice. Why'd it roll twice?
It rolled normally here.
Well, I should have rolled him with a second or a third point of stress. But I mean, I did see he pushed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's strange.
But
I'll just.
I mean, might as well just.
I
stick
could just
with
roll 1d(s).
Yeah, sure.
Probably
Okay,
not gonna
so
amount to
Nice.
much.
well,
Oh,
you did. So I would recommend you save that to not have to roll for your ammo supply, but you still like that extra success.
yeah. Is that an option?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll just do that then.
you so you hit this dude for 3, and he doesn't have any armor, so he just takes all 3. As for your stress, roll 2d6. Oh, okay. What is
Oh
so
no.
you have 3 points of stress, so you're at 13. What is your resolve? Which is wits
4.
plus empathy. Okay. So 13
Wait, it's wits
minus
plus empathy.
well, it's wits plus empathy rounded up. Or rather wits plus empathy divided by 2 rounded up. So like if you had say, 3 and 4, that rounds up to 8, which divided by 2 is 4. Just for example.
Oh, I got 5 and 2, so
So 5 and
divided by 2
2.
rounded up, that's 4. I
Okay,
think.
4.
so that's 13 minus 4, which is hold on, where's the
9
interesting
result.
9. Okay, so he injures himself, or possibly or no, injury is 8. So mess up. So he
When I
is
went to
going
draw the revolver, I didn't notice a chunk of glass that had like embedded itself in my clothes.
Well, 8 is where you hurt yourself, but so you're going to hit this guy, but the shot's going to over penetrate, and I'm going to roll a D3 to see. Actually, I'll let you do it. Roll a D3 to see whether you hit Conrad, Dustin, or Sheila.
Oh boy.
If I get another injury during a fight.
Okay, you hit Dustin. So, let's see.
Oh god, he's gonna die.
So he's gonna die. He very well might. So let's see.
Oh yeah, it's a 3 damage armor piercing if it's
Yeah.
44. God damn it.
So, okay, I'll roll armor piercing. His armor doesn't
Does
do.
it just directly like go through the guy like still full power?
Yes.
Shit.
So he's taking 3 in a crit. Let's see.
Albert's gonna be so pissed. You're taking out one of his guys.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no! What
Oh,
Oh
happened?
no.
What happened? Oh.
I'm in the dick.
Okay.
Jesus, man.
Presidente, you are pissing off the people with the guns. That's a very dangerous move.
Oh my god.
Get down,
man.
Mr. Presidente.
Fuck, I deballed the security officer.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I was not expecting that of all results.
I mean,
And
at least it isn't a fatal one, and it's more like
he wished it. He
It's
wished it
fatal
was
for his
fatal.
love life.
Well, now here's.
eyeballing you anymore.
Well, I just posted this GIF. This is pretty much like Dustin in a nutshell. Just drops.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's so he's incapacitated, and now he's in as much pain, if not more so, than Dave. So that was El Presidente's turn. And Conrad. So you hear this magnum shot go off. A bullet flies through one of the last remaining thug, and it hits one of your allies in the nuts.
Yeah, Conrad is just ducking out of the way, like, what the fuck is going on? And is the fella behind me still up?
He's still up, but just barely.
Okay. So Conrad,
God.
not being sure was it Presidente or the thug, Conrad
The thug
kind of
has a
assumes
knife.
That
narrows it down.
Imagining. Yeah, he gets the gist. But he's drawing his gun for his fast action,
Okay.
and for his slow action, a kabam.
Okay. So, all right. Well, roll your range combat.
Why is that?
Yep.
All right. Do you want to push?
Absolutely. Goddamn stress.
It
Okay,
should have been
okay, let's do
4,
this
by the way.
again.
So roll a
Uh,
1d8.
it,
Oh no, you got the
it's
success.
because the
Never mind.
success. Yeah,
Right, I
yeah.
keep forgetting about that. Sorry. Okay, so
Oh hell yeah. Well,
Okay.
actually, plus the 4 stress, that would be 7, a total of 7.
okay, which is, let me see what it is on the stress table. 7 is lose item. So I'm gonna just take a look at your gear. I will say I'll add a certain item to your locker and just assume that you don't have it.
Yep, no
Like you
problem.
go to reach for it and you're like, wait, where the fuck is it? So, okay, so there's
So
that.
that is a total of 3 damage.
Okay, are you going to use one of your stunts to conserve ammo?
No, I like rolling the ammo, and I want to get
Okay.
this bastard down.
All right, well he's more than sufficiently down, so I'm going to roll his crit and you shoot him in the foot. So,
Yeah, I haven't lost ammo as well.
all right, so you do an Albert to him.
Nice.
So he you shoot him in the foot and he can't really bear the weight of it and he falls over and just is done for. So all right, so that is the end of combat because all hostiles are down. Dustin is also down, clenching his nuts. So and meanwhile there's Dave on the ground and just start crying, I want my mommy, I want my manager.
All I'm doing is I'm starting to put cuffs on him. I don't even care that my gut's open. I'm just like putting cuffs on him, and I'm just like, all right, let's go.
Help me, he says, it's like he's being dragged off.
So I have a question here. So would the fact that our new character is an android, Richard is an android, would that have been in his file that I would have seen when
Nope.
he like joined?
Nope.
Okay, and so that would tell me like he was intended to be undercover, right?
Correct. Or at least that's what
Okay.
you can draw from it.
Oh, there's going to be a long conversation about this when we lock these bastards up. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
great. Yeah.
So,
Would Simone and El Presidente know this as well, since we've moved down?
yeah, now
like,
that you've
sidewalk
seen him,
them?
yes. So,
You just see
Oh.
you just see Richard like hauling this guy away, gut still open, fluid slinging everywhere.
yeah, there's a little like a trail of white lubrication fluid.
Well, you don't see that every day. At least you're doing okay, man. You're still on your feet, I guess.
And then meanwhile, there's Dustin here. This conversation is like, less talking, more paramedics.
Oh man.
Yes, I will radio to get the first aid and go over
Okay.
and start helping him. I don't have any first aid skill, but I'll be doing what I can.
Okay. So he's just kind of putting pressure on the wound, and eventually, like a few minutes later, you hear like the siren from like a hospital ATV, and oh, hold on, what's her face? Let's see, oops, like the same paramedic you saw earlier, Jessica. She's on scene, and she sees Dustin, and she's like, oh my gosh, and goes to um treat him. So I'll just have her do a medical aid. Where is her medical aid? So she has I think, hold on, is a nut shot a fatal crit? Hold on. I doubt it, but
No.
I don't think so.
it is not. So, I mean, he'll heal in a day, but
I think it hurts more the pride than it does the body,
yeah.
unfortunately.
So,
Hurts the manhood a bit more.
yeah. So, let's see. So her medical aid is that. So hold on, I'll just roll manually. So, all right, okay. She's doing medical aid, and at some point, you guys probably aren't paying attention, but you hear the phrase, "Ah, here it is," and so she gives him like first aid, and then she and some nondescript um nondescript paramedic fucking help him
Jargon.
up on his feet. Yeah, help him up on his feet and get him into the ambulance. As he's getting in, he gives like a death glare to El Presidente as he's like put in the ATV or the rover.
My
And then,
bad.
yeah. Well, he continues to glare you down, and then after he's put on a stretcher and taken to the hospital, the Jessica gets in the vehicle and they drive off. So,
How was I supposed to know that that guy's body would be built in such a way that it deflects my bullet directly into your nuts?
I didn't
um,
realize this guy was made of tissue paper. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
so yeah, so Richard is dragging Dave off to the Yale County Jail, and Sheila, I guess, goes with him.
Before Dave goes completely with Richard, there Conrad is going to take the bag the bag full of drugs
Okay.
that Dave had, just in case nothing happens to it. He's gonna probably put it into an evidence locker or safekeeping or no. Actually, yeah, he's going to be heading to the medics with that, so they have something to analyze.
Okay.
But yeah, he's gonna be grabbing that, and before he goes off to the medics, he's going to just tell Garvey a few things that he's worried about. But if
Okay.
anybody wants to do anything else first before I
Yeah. Well,
go on
before
Garvey.
we handle those things, yeah. I mean, for El Presidente, Albert, and Simone, is there anything you guys want to do in the current scene?
Is there any other, evidence or whatever to collect, like maybe from the meeting room? I guess like we would get the recordings from the
Yeah.
cameras and stuff.
Yes, you do have. I mean, you were, like recording the entire conversation that you had with Dave. So,
I would for the other guys that we killed or knocked out, I would like collect their identity, like and then, have other people, the sheriff's department, like investigate them and be like,
yeah.
let's figure out like are these guys part of a gang or like some kind of thing where we could, round up more of them.
Right. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
this one is dead, and these two seem to be still alive.
Well, actually, hold on. I think it
Well, with the crits you
was.
rolled, but
Oh, hold on,
unless you
actually.
want to rule that they are dead.
Well, Albert, I know he specifically said that, like at least in terms of the one guy, like the guys that were armed and actually trying to kill his officers, that he didn't really care about them. So, like, I don't recall
Okay.
anybody specifying like with the thugs that they wanted to take him alive. Obviously, Dave, yeah, but
Okay, yeah.
um, either way, I mean, you obviously wouldn't be able to question them, but you could still get like their wallets and stuff that have their their names. Like you'd have some basic identification info, like enough to sort of run them through the colony database. But there's nothing especially incriminating, like, written orders Skyrim style that say, like, certain person signed it, like, go over to the bar and kill these people. Like, they're smart enough to just basically, whoever sent them, obviously would have given them, like, verbal instructions.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
But we know who they are, right? Like, there's limited people in the colony, so we would
well, you can look them
be
up in
able
the
to poke it.
database, but similar to
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah.
they are essentially ghosts. Like, their names do not pop up in the database.
Interesting. So they're like
Oh, so it's
unregistered.
not just one person. Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's not just
multiple
Dave.
people
Like, these are
go.
people that are at the colony but are not on record as registered, like inhabitants.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So I didn't realize that there were people in the colony like that.
Well, I mean, this is the first
Ooh, that's
instance
gotta be a bad thing.
you've like, well, I mean, technically Dave was the first, but like this incident is the first case of multiple people, being at the colony but not being like in any kind of like manifest of people who have arrived or people who are permanent residents.
Okay, interesting.
So, for so you're gathering up that information. As for Simone and El Presidente, is there anything you two are going to do in this scene before we jump to Conrad?
Not really. I just try to be helping Albert and the others like gather up the discarded info and stuff.
Okay. So
Or
El
the info
Presidente.
that's on the bodies.
I
Words.
guess I'll apologize to Mr. Barman dude guy for breaking the window. And I don't know, I'll pay him back for it.
Yeah, it'll cost. I mean, according to Google, it's like around $400. So
Ah, fuck. Okay.
just pay him back, and he'll consider it square, like squared away.
I can barely spare this $400 from my massively overflowing pockets.
So, all right. Well, I mean, yeah. So you do that, and he, considers the matter resolved, and he says, he'll call whoever, like, get like some engineers to fix up the window. Um, and yeah. So while El President is doing that, uh, Albert and Simone are doing that, and then Conrad, what did you say you were doing?
So, Conrad took the bag full of drugs from Dave. He's planning to go to the medical wing to give them that first so they can analyze. But before that, just before he goes, he wants to have a few words with Garvey there because dangerous thought has gotten into his head.
Okay, so before you go off to talk to like El Presidente, after paying him, like he goes off to do whatever, and then you like while Garvey's like pocketing the compensation money, then he sees you approach and is like, what's on your mind, Conrad?
Oh, first, sorry for all of this kerfuffle here. I thought it was going to go a bit more civilized than it did, and especially with the window. Like, what the fuck happened there? But I'm glad that our esteemed leader paid you back for that. I just wanted to ask you, do you have any personal firearms for your own safety?
And what he does is he, because I can't remember if I gave him a gun. I think I did. Well, either way, he would reaches under the bar, he pulls out a 357 Magnum, and he sets it on the counter, and then he just looks you in the eye.
Good. I was not expecting
Because actually, yeah,
the
no, he did
skill.
fucking. I think he did do like fire a shot or something in the bar during the karaoke night, but I don't remember for sure.
Oh, maybe I don't remember that. Yeah, maybe. But Conrad continues. I was not expecting the scale of this operation to be what it is. It seems that we have multiple people here that are dealing with this. They are armed, they are dangerous, prone to violence, and they seem to have a hidden boss somewhere around here. We shall try to keep this on the down low until we have further specific actions. But I am concerned if there's any possibility that they find out that you are the one who helped set this up, uh, if your safety might be jeopardized. I would implore you to write down my contact and like a pager or his PDAT or whatever. Basically,
Right.
he gives that if you see anything dangerous or suspicious or any danger to your own person, shout out a message immediately, and I will send people your way to help if worse comes to shove there. But I recommend until this situation is uh, diffused that you carry a sidearm with you. Is that okay, Garvey?
And he says, "Oh, it's fine by me." And he says, "Though, considering that Dave's little operation there was just disrupted to death, he'll be coming back here anytime soon."
Yeah. Just keep your eye out. Keep your eye out. If you see anything that could help our investigation here, of course that would be much appreciated. But most of all, you stay safe. Okay? Do not
Says,
hesitate if anything dangerous comes by to let us know to help you. We do not need any more casualties here.
he says, "Of course. Now you look after yourself, Conrad." And
Will.
there's one of the only bartender, like a patron who was too drunk to really notice what was going on. I was like, "Bartender, another one." Garvey kind of rolls his eyes and goes off to deal with that guy. Um, so, yeah, after the scene in the bar, and then Conrad, you're going off to the clinic to drop
The
off,
medical, yeah.
yeah, to drop off, Dave's bag of drugs. While you are going off to do that, we'll cut back over to the security team's HQ, and so Dave gets, thrown into one of those interrogation rooms, and yeah, what are you guys saying to him?
I'm going to get myself patched up or start patching myself up so I'm not leaking everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you can actually, I believe, do a comtech roll to patch yourself up, or you can have somebody else do it.
Uh, let's see.
Both are available, though it takes like a
A shift.
shift with the rules, which
Yeah,
is
you would
maybe
be.
a bit much, but
Yeah, either I go to someone that knows how to repair androids if I have that information, or I attempt to do it myself.
Well, I mean, you don't necessarily know. I mean, like the only specific name you know in terms of the engineering department, because you were in the room, like you've seen her a
Mhm.
couple times, is Danny Muniz, the chief engineer.
Oh, I would go to her and be like, "Hey, I got a problem." As I like lean in, it's like, "Hey, I got a problem.
And she
Do you know
looks,
how to fix androids?"
and it's like, I was like, the problem's like, I think I see the problem. I'll help you out.
Yeah, I'll just lay there and just let her fix me up
Okay,
while
so
everybody else does anything.
all right, well, hold on, I'm gonna handle that roll right quick. Where is command staff? Or hold on, wrong thing. So that, and then so her contact pool is that /R. And I'll say she'll push that out of sympathy. Very determined. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, hold on. That was wrong stats. Just
That would make a difference.
yeah. Well, I had the wrong character selected. So where is?
Ah,
I'll just drag her onto the map for good measure. So there she is, and then let's try that again. Okay, so she got one success, and like I said, she's gonna push. So 8d6 plus 1ds. Okay, she got another two successes and panics. So hold on, I gotta roll. Yeah, I gotta make these visible. So 1 and 2, and /R9, or hold on, 2d6. 9 plus 1 stress is 10, minus her resolve of 4 is a 6, and a 6 is can't push any more rolls, which is fine because she's not going to be doing any more rolls. So she got a total of 3 successes, so you get 3 health back.
Woohoo!
And she says, "Terribly sorry. This is the best I could do on such short notice."
It's fine. I'll just stay here till I'm needed elsewhere. I'm just laying on whatever table I'm on, and just be like,
Okay,
Well, you
well,
could
not
probably
going
go to the
anywhere.
like engineering department, right? And they'd fix you up.
well, the problem is that the procedure is going to take a shift.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, like, this is basically her kind of working on you over the course of a shift.
Yeah, I'm just laying there not doing anything unless someone comes and gets me.
Because part of it is like, just never mind. Like, finding replacement parts and like lubing your internal components and trying to actually patch together the damage. There's definitely a lot that goes into it. So, but she at the very least, if you want to get back to your day, I mean, you have 3 HP back. Or
I
you could
got
just,
nothing else unless someone wants to
well,
come
I
get
mean,
me for
well,
something.
don't you want to? I mean, do you want to be present when Dave gets interrogated or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't want him to have a trauma.
Well, I mean, he's probably scared shitless of you, so I mean, you could, you could
Yeah,
use
I
that to
mean, but it's still like I could make it worse, or I could just kind
Okay.
of just stay here and.
Okay. All right. Well, Danny, we'll keep patching you up, and in that case, so Albert, I'm assuming you are going to like, what's your agenda right now?
Yeah, so I think well, I would be waiting to interrogate this dude to learn more about him. So I don't know if we want to do that interrogation scene. But the other thing that I'd be doing is we would be trying to investigate these people and like, oh, there's these like this, there could be a bunch of unlisted people we don't know about. That's a threat to the colony.
Yeah, because that is the thing. Like I said, the 3 thugs. I mean, I don't have like names for them because they're just kind of nondescript pawns. Those guys, like, they do not appear in any colony records. Like, they're not even mentioned in like social media or anything. Like, they're complete ghosts. You
Right.
also don't have any indication of there being like any kind of organized like crime syndicate in Terra Nova.
But it sure seems like it. I mean, this drug dealer guy had at least 3 of them working for him. So
True. Well, I mean, it may seem that way. I'm just saying there's no mention of it. Like, there's no reference to it.
right.
This is the
Well,
first
right.
kind of
What I'm
evidence.
saying is that because of the events, I'm thinking that there might be.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I follow you now. But yeah, so you're investigating that. My question is, like, when you interrogate Dave, are you going to are you going to call any other party members to either witness it and or help in the questioning?
Did anyone express interest to me that they wanted to?
I mean, anybody can before you have the interrogation, so. No, Richard doesn't really
Oh,
care, but
yeah.
I don't know that I would reach out to anyone unless they
yeah,
told
well,
me that they
that's
wanted.
why I'm asking everybody else. Like, does anybody else want to reach out to Albert and say, "Hey, I'd like to help you question Dave. I have some questions for him," kind of thing.
Conrad would certainly want to be present there. He's not even going to ask. He's,
Yeah.
he's just going to
'Cause
say, I'm going to be quickly at the med bay to drop this off, and I'm going to return the rest for your evidence locker and stuff,
so
and be present.
yeah, so basically, because the thing is that the way I handle it, like, just so everybody can participate, is like, even if Albert was the only one present in questioning, like, I still let other people kind of chime in if they have any questions, if there's anything like, say, Magus didn't think of, but somebody else did. It's just the caveat is that if you are not there, you don't know the outcome of it. So it's kind of a trade-off there. So Conrad is going,
And I don't think I could say no to Conrad even if I wanted to, because he's like the company rep now. So he's kind of
Yeah. That's why he's not asking.
right. That's what I was thinking.
okay, so Conrad kind of and just sort of asserts himself. For Simone and El Presidente, are you guys going to want to join it? Like, would you express interest in helping out, or are you going to just kind of do other stuff?
Um, I'll express interest in, like, watching the interrogation. Just, you know,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch from behind the two-way glass.
Okay. So, hold on. How did you do that? The one second. I just got a message.
I just did it through the Foundry.
Well, I'm asking
trying
like how do
to
you do that? Because I don't
oh
know.
/W, and then in the parentheses the angular ones. I don't know what they're called. The angular parentheses, just in the
Brackets?
name of the person you want. Yeah, the brackets. You just put the name of the person you want a private message on Foundry.
Let me test this. Did that work?
Yep, I
Okay.
see it.
All right. Okay. Duly noted. So, though just keep in mind, of course, I am filming it. If that's a concern. So, anyway.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I mean, I definitely appreciate having it, as part of the meta or the like knowledge in the series. But anyway, sorry about that. So, the interrogation. So we have Conrad and Albert going in to talk to Dave, and then Simone and El Presidente are just kind of spectating. So Dave is just there in the interrogation room. He's under surveillance, and he's just there, kind of like crying and like sort of pleading the officer for like some sort of deal, like trying to convince the guy to, just let me go. I didn't do nothing wrong, I swear. And the officer just there is just like crossing his arms, just not having it. So
I'm gonna go and I guess sit at the table or whatever, and I'm gonna open with asking him if he knows. So I'm gonna say, well, do you know what the punishment is for attempted murder of a security officer?
like, no, I didn't murder nobody.
Well, those thugs you hired certainly tried, and that makes you an accessory.
This is why I didn't hire him.
Really? Well, you better talk quick, because from where I'm standing, sure looks like they were there to rescue you.
It says like, well, I mean, they were, but I didn't send them there.
Who did?
A guy named Carter Ortega.
Ortega? Who's
Ortega.
he? Ortega.
It says like he's the one overseeing this whole thing. I'm just an innocent dealer.
Well, I very much doubt that. Tell me about this Ortega. Where is he?
It says he's out in the jungle. Like he's just outside the colony.
Wow,
He's got the
that's
rest.
extremely helpful. Yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna need
he
to
was
be more
talking.
specific.
He was talking. So, like he basically kind of gives like not an exact grid coordinates, but like kind of like describing the terrain, like certain sort of landmarks, like if you know what you're looking for, like, oh, a rock that looks like this next to a tree with this number of limbs, kind of like a secret meeting place sort of description. Like he
Okay.
pretty much doesn't waste any time in like giving like a location and like where to find Carter.
He's giving him up for hopefully leniency.
Pretty much. And he's just
The naive bastard.
massively fucking pathetic, but
he'd sell out his mama if it gave him 5 minutes of freedom. That's what I'm getting from this
exactly.
guy.
It was Mama's fault.
What's the guy's name again? Carter Ortega?
Yeah, Carter Ortega. I can write that in chat if you want.
I'm just writing it down.
Okay, well, I'll just put it just for everybody else to follow along. Where is
So, describe to me how's this work between you and Ortega? Walk me through it.
So he says that it's like, well, Carter, he's the one overseeing the whole operation, and he sends me in to get customers because he doesn't want to get his hands dirty.
And what exactly is it that you're selling to these customers?
Just I don't know why that fucking Well, he basically just he doesn't bother going for deniability. He says it's a drug called Flash.
What's it do? Why do people want it?
I said, well, I mean, he basically just goes on to describe the symptoms. Like the pros and cons of it that I mentioned last session, which for Simone's benefit, because you weren't there, it basically like it's a drug that when you take it for like a few hours, you have a real like mental and sort of physical overcharge in the sense that like you're thinking faster, you feel smarter, you're working harder, and then you just fucking crash for like several times the amount that you were doing well. So like it's
So
nicknamed
kind of
Flash.
like almost like a version of cocaine, I guess, something like that. Or
Perhaps I don't really know the symptoms of cocaine, but like the thing with Flash, like it's called Flash because you're moving quicker, you're thinking quicker, you're feeling stronger, and then there's sort of an ironic element where you're everything but quick when the benefits wear off.
yeah, okay.
So yeah, he just pretty much reiterates what he doesn't realize that, but yeah, he confesses.
So I'm gonna ask him, are you the only dealer, or are there other people that they work with in the colony?
He says I'm the only one. Carter only hired me because he wanted to keep the operation on the down low.
Well, that didn't work out as planned, huh?
No.
Well, if we can arrest this Ortega, then we might be able to cut a deal on the murder charges, but we've got you dead to rights for the drug charges. So it's not looking too good for you.
Oh, he says. Like the despair has just fully overtaken him.
So I don't have anything else to say to him at this point. I don't know if
Well, yeah, Conrad,
do you want to?
if you want to weigh in.
Yeah, Sheriff Albert, if I may just add a few questions. Your interrogation has been quite detailed. Thank you for
Of
that.
course.
But
What's your title? Is it director? Or
Yeah, he's the
Yes.
corporate director.
Yeah.
Director for short.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, director.
Thank you. So, Dave, how about this? If you could help us to lead us to your to Mr.
Leader.
Ortega, yeah, to your leader, Mr. Ortega, we could consider lightening your sentence. That is something that I advise you quite strongly to consider. Because if not, then our esteemed Mr. Presidente will probably be deciding on your fate, and I
Yeah, that went so
recommend
well for
you.
whiskey.
Yeah, I recommend you do a little search in these past few days. How does he treat criminals on this place? But a few more questions before I leave you to ponder your crucial life decisions there. Do you have any more of your people embedded in this colony right now?
And he says, it's like, well, I mean, a couple aside from the remaining henchmen that Carter has, no.
So you're telling me that Carter's remaining men are all in the forest, in the
Yes.
jungle, and okay. You better be truthful there. I hope, for your sake, that is the case. Second question: how did you all arrive here? You are not part. You are not officially part of this terraforming operation here. You are literally parasites on our little mission here. You are not official in any way. So how were you able to come without us noticing you?
he says that it's like, well, my I mean, Carter's employers, I mean, they had deep pockets, and they embedded us on the ninth pilgrimage,
On the 9th, you say?
which yeah is the pilgrimage that you guys arrived on. As a
Oh.
reminder.
Ah. Okay. Do you have any information for who Carter is working or representing?
He says, no, he didn't tell me. He just hired me. I have a lot of good customers reviews on Yelp.
Of course, I believe you do. How deadly is the withdrawal from this drug once people stop taking it?
He's
This is the
like,
most pathetic prisoner ever. Oh my god.
Conrad's like, I didn't even have to torture him, and I was getting all ready. I had a bunch of kinky torture device things in my pocket, but no.
well, he says, well, hold on, what was your question? The withdrawal, like,
Yeah, how
is it
deadly? How
fatal?
deadly is the withdrawal?
He says, well, I mean, it's not deadly. It just leaves you coming back for more.
Okay, understood. Is there anything else that we need to know that is crucial to your operation that we haven't asked you yet? And I advise you to think very, very hardly to make sure that you're not leaving out any detail whatsoever that could compromise your future case with us.
Let me think. He does mention the like something that Carter Carter mentioned to him was I mean I'm not going to bother with the voice just to kind of get my thoughts clear. So he basically will tell you that that there isn't officially a treatment for Flash. It's not necessarily to suggest that you can't, but Carter's mission, which I mean, according to what he told Dave, was they were there to test a drug and report it back to Carter's benefactors, not to test it and then find a cure. Like he doesn't know the whole 9 yards because Carter kind of plays a lot of his cards close to the chest, but that is something that he did let Dave in on.
Understood. So the only way you contact Mr. Carter is do you have any means of contacting him? Or is it that you just find yourselves in a certain location for physical meetups?
We meet in person. I'm just a runner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not very
Okay.
good at it. He says he's like having a little last minute attack.
Well, too bad you didn't realize that sooner, but hey, things might be looking up for you now that you're in our careful and caring hands. So I recommend you consider my proposal, and we'll be seeing you shortly to see what have you decided and how your help will be instrumental in making sure that at least once in your disgusting life that you've made a worthwhile decision.
God damn.
I hope so. See you around. And then he just nods to Albert whenever basically he's ready to. He'd like to have a word with him.
Okay, good. And out of character, yeah, I totally forgot to follow up on how they got on the colony, so that was good.
Yeah, he was basically just if any questions were left unasked there, so he was going for that kind of angle.
Oh, I did want to follow up with one thing. Andrew said that Ortega had other people in the colony, and I want to ask about that. Like, who are those people?
I can't remember if it was addressed, but I'll just say it. Just say just in case that the people, basically Carter's other people, like it's a small operation that is pretty much consisting of Carter as like the mastermind, Dave is the dealer, and then like a small smattering of thugs, kind of like the 3 that you fought.
Okay,
Like
so
it's not an
okay,
especially
so
large operation.
there's not more thugs that Andrews knows of in the colony.
Not in the colony, but I mean,
Yeah.
Carter does
At
have
the lair.
yeah, Carter does have
Okay.
more people at the hideout, but the 3 thugs that like there aren't any like sleeper agent criminals, on
Okay.
Dave and Carter's payroll. Like it's just the
Okay, that's what I was
thugs.
wondering.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Conrad forgot to ask, how well are they armed in the jungle?
I mean, they're pretty much they're let me just double check actually, because that's a good question. I can't remember what I gave them. Hold on. So, he basically just says, I mean, they've got just like pistols and knives and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, in other words, they're more or less on the same level of armament as the guys that you killed.
Yeah, if you trust them completely, but at least there aren't big visible things like anti-air or big
No.
kind of sentry guns they have or
Yeah,
something.
no, they're
So
not
yeah, that's
heavily
good.
armed like the U.S. military. They're just like a bunch of criminals who like smuggled pistols and melee weapons aboard the Ninth.
Good. So
So is that
basically,
the end
Conrad
of?
is just
Oh,
gonna be, yeah, Conrad's just gonna be waiting outside, probably in one of the offices to uh, talk to Albert when he's done with whatever he wants to finish with the interrogation.
okay.
So
So
to just like clarify this, they're just using like small arms and knives. They aren't using like rifles or any like body
nope,
armor, correct?
no.
Okay.
He said like
All right.
basically like what Dave is saying is that the guys that are back at Carter's camp are pretty much on the same sort of armament level as the guys that attacked you guys here. Like the guys that came to bail Dave out just in case he was in danger.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to double check.
Okay. So I think we would probably be setting up to like go attack that the hideout wherever it is, basically. I don't know if we want to do it this session. I think I may need to leave in about 30 minutes. Um, so I don't know if we'd have time to do it or what your plan is here for the.
Well, let me let me put it to you this way. We would definitely have. I mean, I don't think we'd finish the encounter in 30 minutes. I mean, we might, but um, I mean, well, I'll ask everybody else because I mean, that admittedly, I kind of planned for you guys confronting Carter. So, um, like, if there are any other, because the thing is that he's probably going to be in your custody. I mean, unless he either dies or maybe if you cut some sort of deal with him to let him go or something. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. But my point is that if there were any other questions that like you would have for him in advance, like you could just think of those and send them to me either while you're still here, like in text, please, or after you go. Just like stuff you would want to ask him in general, like even
Yeah, I
before.
mean, for me, the biggest thing is basically, who off world was he working with, like who was sponsoring him, that sort of
Right.
stuff.
Well, if you just think of what kind of questions you would want to ask him once he's in custody and just write those down and send them in DMs, please.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you could do that either right now or
I'll
after
I'll
you
do it
head
now.
out. Okay. So, the question also is, well, a couple things. So, is there anything anybody else, Conrad, wants to do um, before, like, between the little shootout in the bar and going off to get Carter? That's my first question.
Conrad would like to talk to Albert and to Mr. Sparrow. He's I mean, he was like, yeah, we got to finish the investigation here, but he's very concerned about what happened there with Secret Synthetic. So, yeah, before we go to that, Conrad would definitely like to bring that up.
Okay, so you're gonna go talk to the two of them. So
First, he's going to confront Albert on his own before he talks to Sparrow. But he's basically going to when he gets the chance, he's basically going to be like, Sheriff, when were you planning to tell me that you hire synthetics for your security force?"
I was not aware that he was a synthetic. It's not in any of his records. It's certainly an issue we need to follow up on, but not the most pressing at the moment. Um, I have to say I'm not terribly surprised that uh, a synthetic might show up. They do appear here and there when the company is involved.
True, but at the same time, they are relatively expensive models, and uh, the company does like to have insurances in such a way that I am aware of. But at the same time, I mean, I would have liked to have been notified if this was an order from the company. Well, if what you're saying is the case that you were not aware of it as well, I do find it a little bit troubling, and I severely hope that Sparrow is, well, here for our sake. And now, out of character, um, since this is like the 2070s, um, regarding synthetics, do we know if only Wayland makes synthetics, or do we know that it's possible that it could be a synthetic from another corporation, or a Wayland synthetic that was hijacked and reprogrammed, or whatever? Do we have any kind of history of knowledge regarding those
so
cases?
in terms
Are
of
they
the
even that advanced at this point?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like David, case in point, David, not the David from Prometheus. Well, Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Like the David model was made in the 2020s, at least in the timeline of Alien.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
the
since
earliest
they've been
versions,
around,
David
yeah,
1, etc. So
yes,
yeah.
like synthetics have been around for the past 50 years. Um, but as for
Are they commonly used in various things, or
um that I can't give necessarily an accurate answer on. I mean, I would say in this continuity, they're definitely not in like a prototype stage. They have been they're sort of branching out into other like roles, I guess. Like there's we're at a point where there's starting to be more specialized synthetics for things
Mhm.
like, like everything ranging from like workplace synthetics to assistants to even pleasure synths and all sorts of other things in between.
The pre-release phase.
Pretty
Mhm.
much. Like, this and as
okay?
for the original question of, who else is making them, right now Wayland has like an absolute sort of monopoly of the synthetics because like Siegson technically exists right now. It's I mean as Segan's son, but just for clarity, I'm going to keep calling them Siegson because it's just easier to roll off the tongue. But Siegson exists. They have not made any synthetics, or like they haven't made Working Joes yet. And Utani was recently formed, and they're like a cybernetics and like tech company. Um, whether they have actually made their own synthetics or have been, you know, making bootleg sort of variants of Wayland synths is unclear. It's rumored, but there's no actual evidence. So right now, for all intents and purposes, like Wayland is like the top dog when it comes to making sense.
Okay, so it seems that we have both been kind of kept in the dark here, Sheriff. So uh, I do recommend, of course, we shall take up this matter in a more detailed state when we finish the thing with the drug dealer. But still, our compadre Sparrow was shot and damaged, and so let's. I recommend if you want to follow me to at least ask him some preliminary questions to know if he is fit to continue his position here that he has held.
Sorry, what's that?
But he's basically asking, do you want to come and question Sparrow here with me?
Not immediately. It's not my most pressing concern. He's shown no reason to think that he's a threat to the colony right now, but this gang is a threat. So my focus would be on like organizing, or let me say it in character. So right now, my focus is on organizing a team to take out this drug cartel, not on Sparrow.
Understood. Understood. Okay, I shall leave you to it then for you to get everything ready here. Of course, I'm sure that we both want the same thing regarding Ortega. I suspect that you as well think that we need him alive because it's very important to find out who is he working
Yes,
for, who is trying to sabotage us. Yes, but
yes, we need
if
to take him alive.
yeah,
My biggest concern is if someone managed to smuggle this group onto the colony without anyone knowing about it, they could have smuggled other people, and there could be
true.
other threats out there.
That is a good observation. We will need to do. We'll need to do a more detailed deep dive in the personnel files of everybody we have had here as of now, and take precaution. I will personally make sure to take a lot more precaution with new arrivals. There, more interrogation of their files, but okay, yes, and since this group in the jungle seems to allegedly be less armed, I don't know if, of course, since we're trying to take the leader alive, we will have non-lethal options to subdue him as best as we could. But if we take an overwhelming force, a big number of people there with dangerous rifles, etc., maybe we can literally scare them shitless so they just give up and realize they are outmatched and we finish this without a bloodshed. Do you think that would work?
Well, a show of force could certainly intimidate them into just surrendering. But the three thugs we already dealt with were showed no interest in surrendering. They fought to the end, so I wouldn't bet on it.
True, true. Okay. You prepare what you believe is the most needed course of action there. We will, of course, ask our esteemed leader what his thoughts are as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and have a chat with Mr. Sparrow. I'll be back quickly.
Okay. So while you're going off to do that, I'll cut over to El Presidente. Well, actually, yeah. Are you doing anything right now, or would you rather wait until I think it was Albert or Conrad who wanted to talk to you? Like, do you want to do anything on
Yeah,
your own while that's going on?
I'll just wait. I don't think I have anything in particular.
Okay, you sure?
Uh, nothing in particular comes to mind.
All right. So Simone, what have you been up to since the interrogation?
That is a good question. Because I've done the prospecting for the cycle, so I don't need to handle that. But I guess there's always administrative work, but yeah, I guess I'd just be doing that. There's nothing real specific I can think of.
Okay. Um, so in that case, we'll cut over to towards the end of you know, so we cut back to Danny's office where she's putting the finishing touches on fixing up um, Richard, and then Conrad, you manage to search the colony and you track him down to Danny's office. kind of like my mindset is like maybe your things like, well, he's a machine, he needs to be repaired, so maybe he's going to see a mechanic, and he's like, hey Danny, have you seen? Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Am I accurate on
that's
that?
a good. Yep.
All right. So
that would be a good estimation.
yeah, she looks up and sees you. It's like, oh, hello. I was just putting the finishing touches on our friend here. Do you need to see him or do you need to see me?
Um. Well, just a quick question to you there, Danny. Uh, how does his system seem to you? Does he? I don't know if you've had any experience with working on earlier model synthetics, but does he? Does he seem? Is there anything out of the ordinary that you have noticed with him while doing this repair?
She says, well, he's definitely a more complex model than I've worked on in the past. So my repairs haven't been quite 100% yet, but yeah, I've done the best I can for the time being. I'll have to wait until more, I can get more material synthesized to be able to put the finishing touches on him. But I
Okay.
mean, thus
Okay.
far, I managed to patch up all the exterior damage.
Great. Thank you for helping out with such an unexpected situation. I know not everybody would be up to the task for that, so thank you again for being up for everything. Um, yes, I mean, we were all kind of caught aback by that a bit. They really do make them so lifelike these days. It's impossible to tell. Quite interesting where this would be heading into the future with how these models are portrayed, but.
You know I'm laying
Uh,
right here, right?
He's imagining he kind of got her a bit up front there to talk to her a bit away from earshot before he comes directly at
Well, I
you.
mean, she's standing right next to him, working on him.
Well, he's going to kind of shuffle her out in a different office or area before
Okay.
he. So that's just how he kind
Oh,
of comments
all right.
with her.
And then
But basic, but
You do
basically,
realize that Android hearing is like ridiculously good, right?
well, probably he's not an expert on them exactly yet. They're still kind of newish to him.
Fair.
But so basically, after he's done talking with her, he kind of comes forward to Richard and asks, "Well, how are you feeling?"
I feel perfectly normal. You do realize I could hear you, right?
I did not, but I will take that into note. Still, you can't blame me for being surprised. I honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think I've met model like you before, so I am kind of surprised there, and especially I would not expect to not be as the company director to not be privy into the complete details of personnel on this colony. So apologies for being surprised and taken aback,
Uh,
but I am glad that.
your not knowing was part of the deal and issues.
Oh, so this was
and
all planned.
yeah, Danny hears this like, "Whoo, boy. You know what? I think I'm gonna just kind of give you two a little one-on-one time." And she steps out of her office.
No problem, Miss Danny. But Richard, won't you please let me know then, since the situation has kind of gotten out of hand? Uh, can you let me know what was your main prerogative to do here?
Um, the state of the colony came into question, and I was sent to keep an eye on things.
Understood. Uh, who's you were sent by the company, of course?
Correct.
Can I make a bullshit check to see if he is lying or not?
I mean, sure. If you want
I
to do
mean,
an
it's
Just,
synthetic. Can you even tell with them?
I don't know.
That's a
That
good
I'm
point.
asking. I'm asking
I would
if
say,
it's good to know, then that's completely
well,
valid.
what do you guys think we should do? I mean, here, because it's obviously going to be either a big penalty to Conrad to figure out, or a big bonus to Richard to lie, or at least to like kind of keep composed. So, I mean, do we look which seems more favorable, a +3 to Richard, or
Put it this way. Since he is essentially the company director for the colony, there is no reason for me not to lie to him to an extent.
oh, so like tell like a partial truth?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, if you want to do that, then no check required.
Yeah, that's so I'm like saying yes, the colony was put into question, but I'm withholding other information.
Okay, yeah, that works. I mean, because now I
Yeah,
will say now, if Conrad, if you want to do a check to see if you pick up on the fact that he's holding something out, or if you just wind up taking him at his word, that I will allow if you both want to do that.
yeah, he's just, of course. I mean, it's not like with one line of questioning, the whole secret can be unfold there, of course. But Conrad's just trying to see how fishy a situation is there, because he's concerned in, was this done and sent by Wayland Corp? Because if it is, he kind of expects it, that there's always plans within plans, and they don't even let their own people know everything. So he would not be surprised there, but he is very concerned if he is a plan from anywhere else. So that's why he just kind of wants to know if
Wants
things
to know where
are
loyalties lie.
simple. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
A check for loyalty, basically. So
Okay.
he would
I
like
would
to do a
give him
bullshit
my
check.
full model number
Okay.
if he asks for it.
So that gives you some credibility.
Okay, so that would mean he's a legit Wayland
Yep.
model there. Conrad, in his mind, he's still thinking, but that does not preclude that he could have been software hacked and sent by somebody else. So can I do a bullshit check where you decide either I get the penalty or he gets a huge bonus, whatever, just to see if it's uncertain if he is with Wayland, or if Conrad does not figure it out, he is more inclined to believe that he is just something complex within Wayland Corp.
Okay, sure. Then I'll say it's probably because I can't imagine Conrad would be really an expert on synthetics. I'm going to give you the -3.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
it's
you
opposed
surely
against
can.
Richard.
Oh, do I still have the stress?
By this point, you guys would be stress-free. So everybody get rid of your stress.
Okay. Okay, so I'll do my manipulation here.
Am I rolling against it or no?
Yes, it's an opposed roll. So
You could give him also a bonus because I can push twice and he's a synthetic who can't. So, however you want to deem that. And I will push because he wants to know if this is BS or not.
All right. Well,
But
you can.
again, if you want, you
well,
can.
I already gave you the penalty, so I don't think it's fair to, like just kind of double the odds against you. So.
Yeah, I do get a success over.
Okay. Are you going to push again, or are you happy with the result?
To keep things interesting and vague, I will be satisfied with just one success over Richard.
In this case, I'm just saying this based on what was discussed with John, that you he wasn't tampered with. Like he is actually like a Wayland android who is loyal to Wayland Core.
So
like
that is
not,
what
like
I'm
wasn't
getting there.
hijacked by another company and reprogrammed. So he is loyal to Wayland Core.
Very interesting. Okay, so Conrad trusts that information that Richard is saying. Honestly,
Which, I
that's
mean, I should
leaving him a
apologize
bit
because
even
I
more
feel that's more
confused.
Richard's thing to say. I was just mentioning based on the interpretation of the role.
You're fine.
Okay.
So you see a kind of Conrad with a perplexed look on his face a bit because, again, he's just not sure if synthetics have gotten this good that they can lie so well to him, or if he actually trusts you. But then he is in a kind of moral conundrum there. Am I trusting basically something that can be programmed on a whim? So he has a lot of mixed feelings there, but he takes that information as at your word. So he's just like, okay, thank you for being more open with me. Um,
You had clearance.
I'm glad to know that, but of course, then I assume so. You are reporting even higher up outside
Correct.
of Terra Nova. Of course. If there is anything needed of me to help fulfill any mission or priority for Wayland Corp, uh, do let me know, of course, since we are on the same side. Absolutely. But I hope that your recovery would be speedy and suffice. We are planning to directly follow up on the drug lord there. Do you want to join us? Are you feeling up to it?
He just stands up and is like, "When are we leaving?"
That's what I like to hear. Very soon, a sheriff is finalizing the last bits of preparation there. You probably want to meet with him. I'm just going to go and see if the rest of the gang want to join in as well. And Conrad's gonna just head off to El Presidente to see how he's feeling. If he has any
yeah, because that
shards
does.
of glass in his ass.
Yeah, it's a big surprise sitting down in the office.
Who put a thumbtack? Oh, that's just the glass.
Mr. Presidente, how are you doing? I heard that the window assaulted you somehow. Are you doing okay?
Yes, it's all right. The assassin was dispatched briefly.
It tried to veto his attempt to exit the building.
I didn't notice with the thugs outside of the windows as well.
Sorry.
Pretty
Before we end
much.
this, I need to go. So
Okay, if you
I
want to
just
just tally up the 5
Fine.
XP right now, you can, because
okay, great,
you were
thanks.
here for it. So, if you got to get going, then and I'll ask the questions in character if we get to confronting Carter, and then I'll let you know the answer. So, all right. Well, if
Thanks.
you got to get going, see you later. Anywho, so, yeah, yeah. Well, I should have asked, who he wanted in the search party. So, I guess in that case, I will leave it up to the present players, like how many, assuming all party members go, because I know Albert was going to join the team on the raid. Um, how many personnel do you want to bring to ambush Carter?
Did we get a number of
boy.
how many guys he had there or no?
You did not.
Well, why not for simplicity's sake, just use the literally people who are on this map in the sense of the security. Oh no, well, yeah, the one of Albert was injured, so
Yeah,
Crush It
Dustin
guy
is in
can.
the
Yeah,
hospital,
Dustin.
so
Yeah, so precluding Dustin, the other three who are on Albert's team, plus.
We can
Well-
also just draft civilians.
well, let me put let me put it this way. So first of all, I'm going to go back to the colony overview because it's kind of a good like planning board. So we have, let's see, so Albert, Conrad, Simone, Richard, El Presidesperado, and Dustin is out of commish. Are you going to want to take along a paramedic just in case anybody else gets hurt?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
can hire out Jessica again. And in terms of the security team, you have a total of, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people because one of them is in the hospital and then the other one's kind of like the desk jockey, like the tech guy. So you've got seven officers available. The one of them, Sheila, is injured. Well, actually, no, she would have healed her damage by this point. So
Why not take like 5 for basically each PC to have a meat shield?
okay, so in that case, we will have, let's see, the guy, just for irony, the guy who signed up alongside Richard,
Nice.
Kent Rackett,
It'd be so
Thomas
much
Engel.
simpler if we could just nuke these guys, you know?
They're right by the
But
colony. That
we,
would kill yourself as well.
Like a small nuke.
Mr. Presidente,
Yeah,
I don't think.
let's not drop any nukes yet, please.
Well, I don't have any yet either. so-
Yes.
Are you sure you don't need to go to the doctor? Maybe there's a shot of glass up your skull. I mean, you were injured quite severely there. I think.
Yeah,
with
that assailant
you might have
threw you out a
concussion.
window.
You might have a concussion, sir. So I
I
recommend.
think I'd notice if I had a concussion.
Absolutely, absolutely, you would. You wouldn't know anything about who shot Dustin there, would you?
I don't know. I shot the guy in front of him.
Ah, yes, yes. So, it must have been a chain reaction. You shot the thug, and the thug let off a shot from their pistol. It happens. It happens.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Unwanted
think the
discharge.
problem is the thug was like the other guy who's like, you know, like a robot or whatever. I think the thug is like a paper golem of some sort because the bullet just whizzed right through him, and I think it might have I don't know. I mean, I hit the guy, I know that, but I think I
Oh.
might have also hit the guy behind him.
Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe it's your revolver. That thing is just too much of a legend, it seems. So
Yeah, I guess I'll
maybe
stick to taking out semi trucks.
yeah, I think that would be a more worthy opponent for you, sir.
Stop a
Just a mere
charging
person
elephant.
a mere person of flesh and bone. That seems like it's a bit too much. I mean, if that thug had ate his vegetables and got his iron intake up, maybe he wouldn't be such a fucking weakling. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll have to do something about the food program.
Anyway, so Albert just kind of he assigns your like based on Conrad's proposal, one guard to like one security team operative to each PC. So with the sort of vertical order, like for example, like the guy that Richard signed up with is alongside Richard, and then he actually assigns Alexandra to guard Conrad.
oh nice.
I'm dead serious about drafting civilians, by the way. Like, gonna put out like a public announcement. We're looking for three volunteers
Next time,
who can
sir.
handle a firearm. Just one temporary thing. Get a week of paid time off. Pretty good deal.
So, oh, like it's basically the cool like the National Guard or something.
Yeah, but like, just today.
Okay.
But Mr. Presidente, we do have enough security personnel. They could get jealous. You do not. I mean, you've already heard one of the security personnel. If they see that you are snuffing them out in favor of just civilians, they could...
Listen, I didn't mean to snuff anyone out. Okay, that was a complete accident.
Yes, but maybe they could. I mean, they are the people with the guns, and they generally do have a jealous streak. So if you need more people, just recruit from the security personnel we already have. I'm sure the
But who's
sheriff
going to
will
give out the
find.
parking tickets while we're gone?
And I'll also mention that the whole
Oh.
point is like while Conrad is kind of bullshitting, you know, Simone, you can see with Alexandra standing near Riley and just does like this, like shaking her head, roll like looking up, just yap yap yap, hand symbol, and Riley kind of chuckles a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just nod along and like, yep. Uh,
So
So I implore you, Mr. Presidente, this time we are going into the jungle. I don't think civilians are meant for that. It would be very bad news tomorrow if we wind up with dead, drafted civilians.
They
A
have life
few
insurance
dead.
plans, don't they?
Yes, but the publicity would be crap. I mean, a few dead security personnel, nobody gives a shit. But
and then
for
that definitely you have all these people fucking staring at.
oh, I'm
how
making
about
a
we
joke.
don't
People lighten
bring
up.
civilians with us? Well, Presidente, just I think we have enough people from the security forces that's not really needed.
Actually, also, well, I'm thinking of so like by this point, there would be a rover ready. Richard, you could actually do a piloting role here to drive through the jungle, flex your driving skills. You there?
Sorry,
God
I
damn
said
it!
in
Muted again.
my head.
Yeah, it's like I'm
Oh
still
wow.
rolling 12 dice, one success.
How are you shooting up a vehicle by driving it? Okay.
So you rolled range count.
You pull the foot
Uh,
trigger with your
oh,
leg, and it goes
it's the
forward.
same. It's
Oh,
the
it's the
same.
same dice pool.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yes, literally exact same dice pool.
The exact same result.
Same result.
The exact same result.
And
Jesus.
Conrad just tries to make a joke. Well, they did say the AI will take over jobs, so
Um. So. Yeah. The whole ride. Like so, you ride through the jungle, and hold on, let me just copy the tokens. I will go to next map. So you eventually like, are you going to head up this like path, like this sort of de facto path up here, or are you going to kind of pull off and approach on foot from the
I'm
side?
gonna pull off and come on over here.
Okay, so I'll paste all the tokens over there.
Yeah, that way they don't see it, but we have it back here for cover if
Okay.
needed, even in the trees.
All right, so yeah, so you pull up behind, and then what's the marching order? Like, who's taking point? Because technically, if you're going to go in groups and you're going to try to sneak up on these guys, a mobility roll would need to be done. It's the lowest.
I would be sneaking up there, but
Are you going on your own, or are you
oh,
bringing?
I would go completely alone. I don't
Okay,
trust any biologic to sneak through anything.
okay, roll mobility.
Oh.
Oh fuck. Okay. Let's see. So who has the highest observation of the people at the camp? So let's see. These fucking idiots don't. Okay. So I guess it's gonna be. Well, I guess it's gonna be the boss man. Interesting.
oh,
So, Richard, I'll say so. You get to about here, and there's like a rustling in the bushes. Um, you do see. I mean, there is a rover over here, and you do see several people over by. There's like a campfire, and Carter is talking to this guy over here, and then he sees rustling, and he points over there. Look, and yeah, we're gonna enter an initiative.
At least if I get shot, I don't die right
Yeah.
away.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna draw all. And then I know at least, well, Simone, hold on, let's see. Fast reflexes. Oops, no, that's,
Nice.
hold on.
Simone and
Reroll.
I are already at the
Oh!
top.
And now she just stopped you.
Oh,
So
nice, nice.
it's gonna be a 1 or a
We'll
2.
both.
Does anybody else, like El Presidente, do you have fast reflexes?
I'd have to check. I don't think so.
Okay, well, just double check in
I do
case.
not.
Okay, Alexandra does, and she can go from 9 to 3.
Nice.
Hold on, I know the thugs. Well, actually, do the thugs have fast reflexes? No, Dave had fast reflexes. So, oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah. So that encounter was much easier because here's the thing: the thugs have resilient.
Oh.
They would have had armor the whole time. I forgot about the talent. So that's probably
Well,
why
now they're
Smoke was.
ready.
Yeah. So let's see.
Has
Albert.
Richard's crit been healed at this point? Has he been fixed?
I think I think so.
I mean,
Okay.
it's the lowest crit, so yeah, it's just his next action, so he's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So either
Okay.
way. I mean, even if it wasn't technically
Never mind
repaired, which
then.
I'm pretty sure it
I
is
just wanted to.
repaired. Let me just double check that because now I'm curious.
Yep. I just wanted to
Right. Well,
like
good. I mean, it's a good
make
point.
sure that was all dealt with.
So
Yeah, there are no healing days like for human crits. It's just when he
Mhm.
is repaired after that shift of work, it's all
yeah,
gone.
when he's repaired, like a shift of work and a comtech roll, he is like it also heals crits.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I think he would actually be at full health, and the reason why is because it says repairs. A shift of work and a comtech roll is required to repair all lost health points, which, as far as I
Yep.
understand
Yep.
it, doesn't mean 1 per. It just means you do a comtech
Yep.
roll and you're back at full health. So, okay, well, Danny is apparently even better than she thinks because she gets you back to full.
Nice.
Perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the trade-off since synthetics can't heal normally
Yeah.
as quickly in a turn like people can,
Yep.
so it
Okay.
takes a long while, but they get full health.
All right. So, hold on. Back to initiative. So, Simone roll. Does anybody else have fast reflexes?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, Riley has. Well, she's at 2 anyway, but I'm going to see. Let's see. Okay, no, it's 2 or 5, so she'll stay at 2. Engelhorn, does he? No, he has bodyguard. Kent has menacing, and Lang has second wind. Okay, so I don't think anybody else has fast reflexes. Does anybody want to switch? Like, i.e., Richard, you could switch with, say, Riley if you wanted to.
Yeah, that way I can just be like, there is a lot more than expected.
I mean, or alternatively, you could switch with Simone, and Simone could switch with Riley.
Yeah, I'm
That's
willing
up to
to do
her.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
let's
fine with
see.
that.
So
Just so you have a chance to act in case they decide to light you up.
yeah, so let's see.
I mean, you've seen my mobility pool.
And then
Yeah, but still.
Well, you can't push, it's always a danger for you.
Well, and then on top of that, I have armor,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
so it would be a dodge plus the armor.
And El Presidente, do you want to switch with Alexandra or Albert? Because you're
I'll
currently
switch.
at 9. And...
I'll switch with Alexandra.
Okay. Swap initiative with.
I got to see if I can get a collateral on these 2 idiots right here.
Okay. And then let's see, NPC wise. We'll just have Alexandra go before Albert.
I'll switch with Simone as well, since yeah, it'll be better for her. She's a better shot anyway, and I'm still ahead of Ortega, so it's okay.
Okay. So you're gonna
Okay.
swap with Simone?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, technically Richard goes first, and then you go after Simone. I guess.
Oh yeah, it's just the
I mean,
names that kind of
the three
get
of you
bunched up.
go first, so you can pretty much
Yeah,
just kind of
Let's do it.
no
specify.
big deal.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
going
So
first and call it?
yeah, pretty much. So which I mean, there are two people at one, and it organizes them alphabetically. So anyway, so we start. So Richard, you're up first. I need to draw zones. Hold on.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'll say that line is a zone. That's a zone. That's a zone, and then I'll just probably divide it. Like the camp is essentially just one zone.
Okay. And I'm glad I'm not the only one who forgets to draw zones.
Hey, I usually am prepared, but in this case, for some reason, it kind of slipped my mind. So
It's
um,
all good, man. I was just teasing.
I do have an odd question. Um, when we were gearing up, did we bring flash grenades?
We were
uh,
definitely told to be non-lethal and stuff, so everything that can be adjusted to that, I think, should be. I know Conrad would have emphasized that, and Albert was in
Yeah.
agreement there. But what gear do we have? That's up to GM.
well, let me put it this way. Flashbang grenades are a thing, but as I understand it, they're like a pulse rifle like a grenade launcher thing. You don't have any launchers. Whereas you do have, I mean, you have your shotgun with baton rounds.
Well, it does have the under. I thought it does have the under barrel.
No, the storm rifle has a
On it.
shotgun, an underbarrel shotgun.
Mm.
Like only the M41A had a grenade launcher, but the storm rifle has a shotgun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which that shotgun can load baton rounds.
Yeah, that's
But
what I've
so
been
can the
using.
ES. Well, no, I'm talking about like so the storm rifle, basically the proto pulse rifle. That thing has an underbarrel shotgun. You have an ES7 shotgun, which also can load baton rounds.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's Richard's turn. So well, I will say before we address that, if anybody, I mean, based on what was said about a non-lethal approach, like if anybody wants to have taken like you know stun weapons like ES4s, shotguns, baton rounds, etc., you can. So does anybody want to have done that?
Conrad will take that
Yeah,
electro pistol.
Yeah, I'll add a stun baton to my sheet
Okay.
because I already have the storm rifle with the baton rounds
Okay.
as well,
All
just
right.
in case I need to get in close.
All right. Sounds good. I mean, well, with a stun baton, I mean, you're going to need to get close anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And no grenade launcher for me.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, but anyway, so you're up, Richard.
So what's stopping us from just shooting these guys exactly, real quick?
Because well, I mean, at the very least, you'd want to take Carter alive, so you can question him.
The
But
others
everybody
is their
else
game.
is free game.
Yeah.
I'll just avoid splattering that guy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which speaking of,
is
I
there
mean, like I'd also say, because I forgot to mention this, and nobody asked, but since it's useful information in this case, I'll just give you a freebie and say that like Dave would have described Carter. So like you see this guy and he matches the description that Dave gave you. So you know that's Carter, and the rest of them are basically just generic mooks.
The fucking guy from Far Cry 3.
Well, what guy from Far Cry 3?
Voss, the big bad guy. That's just what I'm.
Okay. Sure. I mean, that's not actually Voss, but I mean, if you want to assume he is, whatever floats your root beer. Anyway,
I'm just gonna pretend he is.
Okay, cool.
What is there a way I can take cover somewhere?
I mean, you're in a jungle, you can take cover behind like rocks or a tree trunk or something.
If that's a fast action, I would do that. And
Now,
then
yeah, but the caveat is your gun, like this is one zone, this is another, so you wouldn't be able to shoot. You would have to move into this zone and be able to fire.
yeah, that's fine. As I realize I've been spotted, and then I just dash to cover.
Okay.
You firing
I just
fucking Nerf
wait.
darts?
Essentially, yes, I'm firing Nerf darts.
So, okay, so you zip over here and you get cover behind this rock.
And then, is it a skill for Overwatch, or you just take Overwatch as the slow action?
Overwatch is a slow action, and that'll let you shoot, when somebody enters your range.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I'm doing.
fast action to set it up, but it's a slow action to shoot it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The withholding is fast action-ish,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, when you shoot, it's
Noted.
like a normal shoot, slow.
Fully noted. Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, do you want to do that? Just like, because I mean, I will say that I mean, it's not as good as a rock, but shrubbery does provide a little bit of armor.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can just Overwatch.
Yeah, basically going into Overwatch and letting everybody get closer.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn then. So Conrad, you're up.
I'm thinking, he's not even good at command officially, so
I don't think anybody
unless
is.
I should
Albert
have gotten a
possibly,
damn
but
talent where you can, when you fail the command, you can do the manipulations, etc., so that I can kind of give bonuses for that. But never mind. He's going to be like, follow me. he's just marching there. He wants to get into cover here behind the rock, if he can.
Okay, you're gonna move to that zone, take cover. Okay.
Yep.
Simone.
All right. If I have that open now. Yeah, so I'll move up into this zone. I won't take cover, but I'll just move up. And medium range is like one.
The one zone over, yes.
Yep, okay. Then yeah, I can use the baton rounds, and I will try
Oh,
it.
the baton rounds have medium range?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned they do.
That's what it says on the thing.
Okay.
I was shocked about it myself.
Yeah, because it's like the shotgun itself has short range, but the ammunition has medium. That's a good thing to note.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll move into the zone, and so that's my fast action to move, and my slow action will be to fire. And I'll target Carter.
Okay. All right.
I'll push that, see if we get another success.
Okay, what you do? Are you going to use that success to conserve ammo, or are you going to hit him harder?
Yeah, I'll do it to hit him harder.
Okay, now
Try
do
and get
a
him
do a
knocked
supply
down
roll.
faster. Yep. And I just click that. Crap. Everything else that I have equipped is
Okay,
added
well,
to it.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sure, we'll just re-roll it. The good news, Carter only had 3 HP, so you just hit him once and he's down. He like flips over the fucking crates and falls over. And I need to roll his. Well, roll me a D3,
Sure.
and then whatever that crit is, we'll just add it to a sheet. Okay, a 1, which is.
I think it's a concussion, I think. It's 16.
Well, okay, 16. Let's see. So 16. Oops, not 165. 16. It is. So fucking, you hit him right in the face. So you just totally like
Shut you right in the face, you bastard.
one shot the boss. Okay.
He's
Just
down
straight up
before
domes
he
him.
even got to act.
Jesus. Okay, that's Simone's turn. You just fucking one shot.
Simone,
domed.
Simone, are you a military plant or something posing as a?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm not
been
intending to be a
one-shotting.
combat character. I think I'm
So-
just getting lucky.
so Carter can't do diddly squat because he just got shot in the head with a baton round. So he's out. El Presidente,
Well,
and the rest of these guys are free game to kill.
yeah, isn't that awesome?
Murder
so I'm
over
gonna,
time.
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna lay down some suppressing fucking artillery fire with the hand cannon.
Okay.
Isn't like. No, never mind. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna fire at this guy vaguely.
Okay. Hold on, you should not have had stress. Are
Oh,
you going to just keep
Just
that
ignore
roll
it.
though?
yeah, I'll keep the roll. I'm happy with
Okay.
that.
So, um, are you going to use an extra success to save a point, like conserve ammo?
Can I use the other success to make the shot punch through this guy and hit the guy behind him?
Not per raw, no.
Damn it.
Like, because
What
only
about
only
per?
auto fire is specifically able to do that.
What about if I ask very politely?
Well, here's the thing is that so this guy like he's soaking up the damage. Like assuming his quote unquote armor doesn't help him, then he's going to take all four and it's going to kill him. Like if there was damage left over, I might might be inclined, but like in this case, like even if all of that damage gets through, he's still dead.
If I roll a 1d20 and it lands on a 20, will you let it go through and hit the guy behind him?
All right, I'll allow it, but I'm not going to make a regular habit out of it. So roll
Fair
1d20.
enough.
You were close, but no
Close.
cigar. So
Damn it.
okay. So yeah, but anyway, so his resilience, so he's basically just rolling 2d6 to see if his armor helps with any of that, which it doesn't. So he's taking all four and he just one-shot him.
Awesome. Well, that's armor piercing too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I rolled less armor.
Oh, I see.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Fucking
You spill his guts.
Oh my Christ.
yeah, there's a big
Jesus.
hole where his center mass used to be.
What is that, like an elephant gun disguised as a pistol?
Probably.
Apparently.
Okay.
It's a
Um,
miracle Presidente
It's
isn't
not
breaking his arm.
.44, it's 44.
Yeah, it's not point
So-
44.
so as luck would have it, that guy was going to go next.
Oh, sweet.
So, Alexandra is going to aim and full auto, so she's going to take 1 point of stress. Well, I gotta get that active. So she is rolling. Hold on, that is 4, 3, 9, 11. So 11d6. And wow, 4 successes.
Very nice.
Hold on. Why does she have 4 HP? It's 3. So, yeah, she's basically doing the same thing that her less moral counterpart does in Fallout, but, so, yeah, so she is going to hit, this guy, and hold on, I think their tokens are linked. No, why do they both have the same amount of stress? What the fuck? Whatever. So she's going to just double damage this guy, or like hit both of these for um 2, and then actually
Which would be 3 damage each?
yeah they're taking 3 each. Actually, you know what? To make a point, she will push that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 d6 plus 2 ds. Or actually, hold on. Oh, hold on. I should have rolled this stress dice with the one. I forgot to do that.
Oh
So
yeah, full auto.
1ds. Okay, no, she's not pushing.
Oh,
Never mind.
damn it.
Never mind. Though actually, and actually raises the point, she would actually save a stunt for ammo conservation. Forgot about that. So let's slash R2d6. That's a 7 minus her resolve of 4, so it's just a 3, which is frantic, so +1 stress level. So this guy, so hold on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage armor piercing on one target, and I think the frantic in this case. Hold on, let me find the the right gift for it. Yeah, she basically like imagine this, but instead of screaming in German, she's screaming in Spanish. So like basically scream pendejo. So now I got to roll armor for this guy. He's probably not going to survive. Let's see, 2d6. Oh, he soaks 1 and is just barely still alive. This fella right here. Or actually, no, scratch. It would make more sense to shoot the guy in that goes right after. I forgot to tally his count of that. All right, so that guy takes like a full barrage of storm rifle fire, and yeah, it definitely there's a reason why it's called the storm rifle, just from the sound of it firing, and it's like heads turn. Uh, Conrad, you would see like bullets kind of race by you to hit this guy, coming in Alexandra's direction. So that's her turn. This guy that she shot, is like Hercules. He can go the distance, so he's going to move in here. And oh, well, look at that. He's in range of Richard.
Oh, hi. How's it going, buddy?
Kaboom.
Are you going to shoot him with like the actual shotgun rounds, or are you going to hit him with baton rounds?
Baton rounds.
Okay. Oh, what the fuck?
It happens.
Oh my
Yeah, that's why I
goodness,
prefer
man.
the manual dice, but you know, teach their own. Okay, so you miss, and he is going to see that you fired at him. He changes targets, and he's going to shoot at you with his pistol. So let's see. Just roll that, I guess. Oh, hold on. He should not have had that stress. So just ignore the panic result. He got 1 success. So he does 1 point of damage to you, assuming your armor doesn't take it.
Yeah. Well, let's find out if it takes.
Oh, it does. So he doesn't do jack shit to you.
Nice.
So
I completely whiff and he just hits the vest.
yep. So Officer Brackett is going to see that guy moving up on you, and is going to let's see, he's going to move into this zone, and with a shotgun in hand is going to fire at this motherfucker. So let's see. Yeah, I'll just roll as is. Oh man, and again, I had the fucking thug selected, but it was actually this guy that I was firing. So he is going to that's armor
Nice
piercing.
shot.
So let's see. Yeah, no, the guy doesn't take, he's just dead. Like that much damage that's hitting him, so let's just roll crit. He hit him in the fucking mouth. Ouch.
Ooh.
He was aiming for a headshot, but he hit him in the mouth, so so that guy's dead.
The bullet dropped a little bit.
Yeah. Or the shotgun pellets, whatever, so whatever he had loaded. So that was his turn. So next is going to be this guy who, you know, he's panicking. He's like, Carter's down, and you know, is going to take cover behind these crates. And I got to remove the stress on these guys. So he takes cover, and he will take a shot at Simone, because I don't recall you weren't in cover, right? You just moved.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I just moved in.
All
I
right.
didn't
Well,
take cover.
all right. Then he's going to take a shot at you because you were the one who took Carter down.
Yep. Perfectly
So,
fine.
he fires at you with a pistol and misses. So that was his turn. Riley is going to move into this zone and is going to take cover up against the rocks. I think there is actually like a, I'll just use this shield icon for using cover. And then this guy is going to draw and like has a knife out, and he's going to move into this zone, and he's going to move into engagement with Richard, which is probably a very stupid idea on his part, but so there's that.
I mean, it kind of is stupid.
So let's see. So, Officer Englehorn moves into this zone, and he's going to shoot at the thug that is menacing you. So, right, he gets a hit. So let's see. Slash R2d6. Okay, his armor doesn't do jack shit, so he takes 2, and he has to do -2 stamina. See if he gets stunned. Which he shockingly doesn't. Albert is going to remove his thing, and he's going to do machine gunner with a storm rifle and just let this guy have it. So let's see, storm rifle +2. Well, actually, he'll just aim, might as well. And fire. Oh my good god. So this guy is fucking history. Like, even if he blocked the initial damage, yeah, he's still taking
Yeah, it's
3.
armor.
So, well, 2 because
Yeah,
he's
there's
gonna conserve ammo. So
Mhm.
this guy is fucking dead. I'm going to see what his crit is. Ooh,
Oh.
ouch. Oh god. So he's just gonna die inhumanely in a round. Or, well, I mean, he would do a death save, but for all intents and purposes, I'm just counting that as dead because these guys are just generic pawns. Okay, so then the last thug in the round is going to take cover here with his pistol out, is going to take a shot at Simone. Let me just put that, and then he's going to fire at you with a pistol. He should not have had that stress, so
Oh.
that, yeah, the double
Oh, yeah,
double
and it just
successes
fine.
don't count, so he just hits for 1. Well, unless your armor soaks it.
Is this standard armor or armor piercing?
This is just standard.
Okay.
Okay, so you just take 1 point of damage.
It's but a flesh wound.
Right. And then the one of the 2 FNGs is going to, hold on, what does he have for a weapon? He has a storm rifle, which somehow wasn't active, so he's going to just aim and fire at this guy. So let's see. So +2. And he hit, oh my, that's a good roll. And then I just need to see what the cover rating of the fucking crates would be. Let's see, ranged combat, cover. So I would say that, like, wooden crates would probably be like armor rating 4. So like armor piercing plus his regular armor would be 3. So roll 3d6. Probably not really going to help him, but 3d6. Okay, it helps him slightly, but he's still taking 2 damage. And then next we are back at round 2 with, well, I mean, of the 3 PCs that go first, who
Richard
wants to
goes
go?
first.
Okay, Richard wants to go first. All right.
Well, who I see that there's very few people left alive.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to move into here,
Uh-huh.
and then if I can shoot at one of these guys, I will shoot at one of them that is standing.
Well, they're both in cover, so I would speaking, I need to mark that. Did specify they were taking cover. But yeah, so you move into the zone, and you can shoot either of them without like range penalties, but they would have like a little more armor, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you shooting with baton rounds is the important question, or are you using live rounds?
I'll probably go with live rounds on this one.
All right, good call. Okay, so which one were we targeting?
We'll just go with this one
Okay.
here.
So let's see, armor piercing, so 3d6. Okay, so he blocks one of it, but some of the shot hits him and is going to stun him potentially, so let's do -2 stamina. Oh my god.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
not
So
going down
he's,
today.
yeah, he's fine. So that
Rage is
is
keeping him alive.
yeah, Richard's turn. So Conrad, if you want to go next, you can.
Yes. So they are in. So this fella over here is in cover. How are you treating that? As a -2 to my shot,
Well,
or?
the cover just gives him a better armor rating.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you're doing it like
Like the
yeah.
cover, I
St-
ruled that the wooden crates give him 4 armor. But the thing is, because
okay.
you all are using armor-piercing weapons, that essentially like the 4
Eh,
armor plus his 2 resilient, that effectively amounts to 3. Well, actually, no, it would technically be 4 because 4 resilient, 4 armor would be 4. So never mind. I've been doing it wrong.
Never mind. I mean, and basically Conrad is using his pistol, which is an armor piercing, so uh, he will aim with his fast action and shoot at that fella over there.
Okay. Do you want to push?
Absolutely.
All right. Very nice.
Yay.
So you hit
And
this
to do stun.
guy. Yeah. Do you want to do extra damage to him, or do you want to just conserve ammo?
Oh no, I never conserve ammo.
All right, your funeral.
So okay, armor pierce. Oh yeah, this is the stun effect and armor piercing. 2 damage.
Okay, so
And I'm
I'll
gonna
roll
roll
his.
my ammo.
Okay, I'm gonna roll his cover. Okay, so you're fine on supply. He is not fine on cover, so he takes the full 2, and now he's got to do a stamina roll. -2. Okay, so he shockingly manages to stay up.
Shockingly, badooms.
Yeah, I don't know. I've said that multiple times now. I'm just glad this is the first time somebody picked up on that. So he withstands the electrostatic effect, but he still takes the damage. So that was Conrad, and now it's Simone.
All right.
Who, given how you basically just one-shot Carter, I'm guessing these guys probably aren't going to be a big problem for you.
Probably not. Okay. So I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna aim, and then I'm gonna full auto to try and hit both of these
All right.
remaining thugs.
Okay.
So that is. And I have machine gunner, so I don't bump up the stress.
All right.
So +2 for aiming, +2 for full auto, correct?
Yeah, 2 for
So
aiming, 2 for full auto. That would give you +4.
yep. Token selected, and let's.
Jesus Christ. Are you
Damn.
going to push that?
Sure.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
5 successes.
She's a secret
I
soldier, I'm
will.
telling you.
I will use one of the extra successes to conserve ammo,
Okay.
and I'll put 2 damage on each of these
Each. All
guys,
right. So,
or rather 3,
yeah, we 3 on
possibly
each.
on each.
So let's see. So they would have /R 46 for the left guy. He doesn't soak any of it, and then 46 for the right guy, and he also doesn't soak any of it. So both of them are dead.
Of course.
Oops, hold on. So
How
this
they
guy,
die
the left
is.
guy gets some rounds lodged in his arm, and then the right guy disemboweled.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
The
god.
second time it's happened. What the fuck?
How come Simone is not having nightmares by the number of people she has killed already?
The only thing she feels is recoil.
Damn it.
Hey man, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. I mean.
So, you hear Albert, say to his officers, secure the area, and so naturally the cops, and Alexandra kind of takes the initiative to go and secure, what's his nuts, Carter. Then the cops are kind of spreading out just in case there are any guys nearby. Um, so, yeah, so Carter is like, in like Palpatine mode, like he's all like dizzy and disoriented from getting fucking brained with a baton round. Alexandra cuffs him, and leads them off to the to your guys' rover. Are you guys going to search the camp, or are you just going to head back to base?
Oh, we're
It
searching, all
probably
right.
wouldn't hurt to
I would take
search
their
the camp
rover
and the
too. I'm
body.
like, this is now ours.
Okay. Yeah, almost sound like another player in previous Alien game. This blank will be a find addition to my collection. Emily, Blitz, and
Somewhere,
Greg know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh
somewhere in
yeah.
the vast parts of the universe, the future ghost of Horgust is yelling, "Listen up, maggot! You better take their shit." Like a
Yeah.
fine.
Well, it's like it was crazy about that. Just a side note, it's like he hoarded all this shit and he never used it.
Yep.
I mean, he had a
Yeah.
cargo hold full of
Yep.
guns and vehicles. Like he never sold them. He never gave them to anybody. He just kept them like a dragon hoarding treasure.
I'm just
Horgus the
taking it back to
Magnificent
give to the
Dragon.
colonies. Like, here,
Right? No, I
back
get that.
to the rover.
I'm just making a joke based on the behavior of one of my
Yeah.
past players that he was just like hoarding every single weapon and vehicle he could find, even if he didn't plan to use it or sell it. But anyway, so
Strip searching all of the corpses.
okay. Well, first in terms of the whatchamacallit, like the stuff in the camp, you hold on, you do like the camp, so the rover in it, like Richard, as you're presumably as you're checking it before you drive off in it,
Yeah.
there are actually unlabeled crates of like based on like the unlabeled crates of flash, and you only know that because you recognize the syringe from Dave's like bag.
Mhm.
And sitting in it, or like sitting on one of the crates, there is actually a PDAT.
Oh, I'll just like make sure that all gets into evidence.
I mean, are you going to take a look at it now, or?
No.
Well, I mean, does anybody else want to take a look at it?
If Conrad sees that there's a PDAT, he's definitely gonna take an eye to it before.
Let me ask you this though: are you going to be like Are you joining in like the search of the vehicle, or are you more interested in searching the corpses?
Well, technically, I did say that I'm first searching the corpses, so
All right, fair
there's
enough.
a good chance I didn't see it. I
All
didn't
right,
see
so
Richard putting it.
okay, so in that case, no. So you're searching the corpses, similar to the thugs that you encountered before. Like that, I mean, they have like ID, they have their names and stuff, so you can search them in the company or like the colony database. But I mean, realistically, similar to the thugs at the bar, it's probably going to be the same thing. Like they just like based on what Dave said about how the people were smuggled in on the 9th. That's most likely going to be the case. But I mean, you can still get that ID, and then you have their
Yeah,
wallets and their weapons and stuff. So
he's going to aggregate all of their IDs and hope that with his company resources, and he'll also ask because he noticed Alexandra Espinosa from the persecution of Dear Whiskey that she's good with finding out information on people. That he's going to give that information over to her as well, and in hopes that she is able to dig up something out of the system, some history of these people to see what connects them. Even if we get answers from Mr. Drug Lord Dealer there,
yeah,
but to see if there are more proof and connections
right. Well,
available.
like after with assistance from say Riley, after getting Carter like situated in the back of the rover that you guys rode in on, um, she basically like she sees you walk up, offer the information. She basically just swipes it without even blinking. So, and then just puts it in like puts it in her vest for safekeeping, and then gets in the vehicle. No,
I know it'll
thank you,
do
no
you
words
good.
spoken. So
But he doesn't expect it. It's enough that she just saw that he gave it to her willingly. That's
all right,
a good start.
all right, yeah,
And then he ransacks the rest of the village,
yeah.
like a little gnome rat thing.
Yeah, like a little loot goblin. So, yeah, they do have. I mean, there's plenty of like their food and water rations, which interestingly, a lot of the stuff here is actually marked like from the colony, like as if like these are resources that came from Terra Nova, not from the Ninth pilgrimage.
Okay.
Shit.
So like a lot of the like not necessarily weapons, like all the weapons they're using are like non-standard like sidearms that they brought with them. But like there are crates of like food and water so they can survive out here, and those were taken from the colony. And similarly, the rover that they have was also taken from the colony.
What the fuck? Conrad is going to be like completely, aghast with his expression. Like, how the hell does somebody take a rover and nobody notices that it's missing? So he's kind of very worried. Not with that it's not that they didn't take any of our weapons because that has to be more secure, but that all of these other resources were taken without notice. And does that mean that they came there, took all of the things, and went back to their hideout? Or that fucking Dave doesn't know jack shit and that there is somebody on the inside still helping them? That was a mediator, a connection. So Conrad is just like, oh, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to mentally kick the shit out of every employee on the fucking turnover base.
As we're like gathering up this evidence and stuff, do we get an idea of like how long they've been out here, or is it kind of just
Good
can't really
question,
tell?
because well, I would say that they've definitely their tents and stuff look kind of worn, as in like after however many like tropical storms and stuff. They've been like it's impossible to get an exact estimate, but the thing is that they've definitely been out here for several weeks, maybe months.
Okay.
Partially living off the land and partially using resources that they obtain from the colony.
It's good we're bringing that back, but the security needs to be upped. Absolutely. If somebody can take all of this without being noticed, that is very, very bad look for us.
That or they had a contact within the colony itself from the prior administration that allowed
or
them to
even
disappear
that
this.
it was sent with them, and
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
it was not on record that were that they took the stuff or it
Well,
was sent.
but the problem is the stuff was like marked as like property of Terra Nova. It wasn't like new colony equipment that had been brought in and that hadn't been registered. Like this is stuff that was stolen from
Mhm.
the colony.
Like the stuff was already
Okay.
here, and then they just took it.
Correct. Like it wasn't stuff that
Yeah,
was
it
brought
Okay.
with them that they took. It's stuff that was already at the
Okay.
colony and they took it when they fled.
Gotcha.
well
I
that and
misunderstood that entire thing, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
that makes more sense.
plus again, even with the our pilgrimage, so that came on with us, that we did not have people who checked everybody's ID and didn't get this very obvious thing that we see, that they do not exist in our database. So, I think we're gonna have a lot of tense conversations at the spaceport, but that's a future problem. So, is that all we find here at the camp?
Yeah, like there's nothing any more like more significant than whatchamacallit, than the PDAT.
Got
Supply crates and the PDAT.
Yeah, like the PDATs and then like the IDs from the slain henchmen.
Connor's gonna be asking, what did everybody else find? I don't know if everybody will divulge what they found or not.
I would let you know that there's a whole more crates of the drug and a data device. I'm not
Oh,
gonna like hide that from anybody. I'm just, if someone asks, I'm not checking it though.
oh, okay. Do you
Not
mind?
my
Do
job.
you mind me seeing it first, since these are very important matters for the company's security, and as company director. I would just like to
Help
take
yourself.
glance.
I'm not stopping you.
Thank you for that, Richard. He says, kind of like with a gulp, like, I hope you better not try to stop me. Like, please don't, please don't.
So anyway,
So he tentatively takes the data pad and opens it to see.
Well, you do have. Here's the thing: it is locked, so you're gonna have to do a comtech roll to crack it.
I would love to.
Okay.
If I see him trying to crack it, I just hand him a diagnostic tool too. It's like, here, maybe this will help.
Okay. Does
Uh,
you the
thank
diagnostic
you.
device?
Yeah, the comtech
so,
diagnostic
all right,
device.
So you get a +2 to your roll to slice into this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Segenson system diagnostics device is what it's called.
Right. Okay. Do you want to push that to potentially get extra information?
Absolutely. I can push wits twice.
All right. You won't need that many pushes, but yeah, that should be sufficient because there's like only one
Two
other major.
successes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you crack into it. So the first thing, I'll go over the extra information first. So the thing is that with PDATs, like at this, or like, you know, data pads in this case, like this is not actually, like you can tell from like the sort of the operating system and stuff, this is not a Wayland device, this is Seegson made. This was not taken from the colony, and this was not even made by the company.
Interesting.
And as for what you find on it, I will make this fucking thing visible. And then I will show to players.
Okay.
So I'll give you guys a sec to read that.
Huh. Interesting. Excuse me.
So there's that.
Okay. SC. Oh, the plot thickens. Well, it seems we're going to have quite a fun conversation with Mr. Ortega. Sooner or later, we'll all become investigators and interrogators with how much fucking crime there is here.
SC.
SCSRE.
My great rival, Steve Cock.
What?
I knew he'd show up at some point.
Are you still feeling a little bit fucked up, as you say?
What's fucked up is that Steve Cock is back.
Who the fuck is Steve Cock?
Oh my god, he's being serious.
My great rival. Everyone knows.
Nemesis.
Yeah,
you
pretty
know
much.
You know of Steve Cock being somebody affiliated with Segan Sons?
Oh, you know what's something funny? I just realized Blitz, actually, in terms of character's name Steve, Steve Stevenson, aka Whiskey, his initials are SS.
Oh boy. Was that intentional or a happy accident?
A happy accident. Because originally his name was Steve Stevenson, is like a, you know, goofy sort of like pun name. But then I realized SS. Hey kid, you want to invade Poland? You know.
Oh boy.
But anyway, sorry for that little side note. I just want to point that out. I forgot. But yeah, so there's that little reveal, and I think on that note, that's a pretty good sort of cliffhanger to end on.
Yep.
So you all get 5 XP, and now that you are no longer in like a dangerous situation, you are free to spend both this XP and any XP you earned last session on like talents and or skills. If you want to do so now, because you'll have like some downtime.
So I'm rolling to see if I get tough.
which you do.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Are you willing to teach that? Because I want to learn that as well, Richard.
I have no problem
Okay.
showing someone how to take a punch.
Look here, whack.
Might be too excited about that, if anything.
Conrad
thank
is
you.
gonna up his comtac to 5.
Excellent.
And then I'll take fast reflexes from you in
Okay.
trade.
Sure. Excuse
All
me.
right. Is anybody else spending any XP?
I'm probably gonna upgrade my ranged combat skill now to 3.
All right.
Oh damn, you're one of those synths with all the points in agility.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, he only has range combat 3 now. Oh damn. Oh
Yeah. On
it's
top
gonna
of
be
an
bad.
agility of what, 6?
8.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Fucking lovely.
I'm sorry,
I-
what?
I forgot that androids got like extra skill points for
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
It was
So
paid off for not being able to push.
I made it so it looked like I was human doing the rolls because I took an 8
You
and then
did.
+2 in rage combat. So it just looked like I was just rolling a standard 10, like having a bunch of points in range combat, plus
Yep.
the dice roll, whatever, or
Mhm.
the weapon modifiers if there was any.
Yeah, the shotgun
Yeah,
gives
yeah,
a
it's-
+2.
So
That was quite smart. Yeah, your dice weren't suspicious at all in the sense of the numbers. They were completely normal, expected wise. So this
yeah,
is.
and then once
it
you
was
found out
quite
I was a
silky.
synth, you're like, wait, what?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting that the reveal to be that early, but I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm pretty sure everybody was shocked too because they were not expecting it at all.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. You were
Yeah.
doing like sneaky things, but this was the last thing that I was expecting would be the reason for that. So, and especially
Well,
with the
something
answers you gave after the little
Mhm.
discussion, honestly, Conrad's even more confused than he,
Yeah.
he was kind of
Well-
hoping that it would be just a simple backstab other company things, but since it's like this,
well,
it's like what the fuck?
if you look at my full name, it's Elliot Richard Sparrow. ERS.
I don't get it.
Emergency Response Synthetic.
Oh, clever.
Interesting.
Clever.
Yeah.
God damn.
I think the S stands
That's
for
Nice,
very
nice.
clever.
S stands for what?
Steve. It always does.
Oh.
Well, at any rate, how was the session, guys?
It's a good one.
Fun,
A lot of fun.
Awesome.
Another session, another interrogation.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
We're getting
and
good at
hopefully,
this.
yeah, I hope, I mean, the courtroom scenes are fucking funny, though. I mean, whiskey is probably going to be the exception rather than the example.
Oh yeah, with our interrogations, it mostly just ends there. People just, I imagine they will be disappeared by Presidente or whatever of his
Probably.
whims. Yes, yes.
Or they'll just let me use them for target practice
Oh,
with baton rounds.
Well,
use them as like a firing squad execution.
Hardly.
can
Yeah,
use
but
them
I'm only
we can
using
use them for
non-lethal
multiple.
rounds.
We can use it for multiple things, but we are going to need a nice group of people for our future biological experiments. So it's good to see that we're gathering
Christ.
prisoners. I mean, because
Oh, fucking psychotic.
you always
Jesus.
need a placebo group. You always need the control group. So that's why if we have enough of prisoners, human rights detainees, we can use it for the best results of experiments.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the
Well,
for
Presidente
science
will
or
approve.
whatever it is, or anything goes, I think it's called, as your policy.
Yes. Yeah, but in game after, so when we're going back before we interrogate the fella, Conrad is just going to slip away at his little humble abode, and all of you will think he's taking a well-deserved little rest before the continuation of the interrogation, but he has some work to finish on his personal terminal, Cody, that you probably know
Oh
what I'm
yes, I
doing.
do. I'm aware.
Full on panic mode. Just
Conrad is so fucking confused with what's happening with Simone. I mean, like, why the fuck does Simone need to be such a good shot in searching for rocks? When's the last time a rock snuck up on you and attacked?
No, I will.
He's convinced she's a soldier. That's
Right.
another plant. He's suspecting fucking everybody. Everybody's out to get him.
Like,
I mean,
Richard being revealed
the
does not
funny
help.
thing is that I only have a pool of like my base pool for range combat is 6, so I'm not even that like fucking good at it.
And yet you one-shot Carter,
Only.
so.
Yeah, that surprised me.
That's the true skill, that you can get so many successes on so little dice. That's the true skill.
Mhm.
uh, I mean, don't look at me that I'm rolling 13.
Oh,
Well,
that's gonna bite
Marty
us in the
in
ass
the
one
last
day.
Alien Gambit, it was rolling like upwards of 20, so.
Yeah.
It can get there, yeah.
Just rolling
Yeah,
13 dice for range combat. You just look at it like, what?
Yeah, it was the same thing for when I ran Alien. The smart gunner, by the end of it, I think his base pool was like 18 or 19, I think, or something like that,
Yeah,
because of all
about the
his
same as
specialties,
Marty.
and then yeah,
Oh, yeah.
then by the time that he would roll with all the um, aiming and whatnot in full auto, like easily 20 or more.
Fucking ridiculous, yeah.